I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 426, The Great Fire at the Oil Transshipment Center. At the Sahara oil transfer station, Zhu Chang looked up and saw a blue sky with white clouds. Such a beautiful place. If they were all turned into a sea of fire, what a wonderful moment it would be. Zhu Chang, I never wanted to compete with you. All this is you holding on to yourself. If you let go now, you can still live. If I can't defeat you, what's the point of me living? Goodbye. As long as I blow up this oil depot, the fire will burn along the oil pipeline all the way to Yi City in Mojiang. Haha, I heard that this pipeline is also connected to your Sahara scenic area. As long as there is a bang, the entire Yi City Mojiang and all the people who come to the scenic area will be buried with me. Do you know what it feels like to win? That's it. Hahaha. Zhu Chang, you have to think clearly. You are not competing with me. You are destroying humanity. Jiang Chen knew what it meant for Zhu Chang to blow up the oil transfer center. At that time, the fire in the oil transfer center would burn all the way to all the gas stations in the Yimo Special District. Not only that, the fire will also burn all the gas stations in the Sahara scenic area. A big fire will cause an explosion. You know, the oil transfer center is connected to many cities in the north of Yi City. This oil transfer center also has a large amount of chemicals piled up. As long as the explosion starts, hundreds of thousands of tourists in the entire Yi City Mojiang and the entire Sahara scenic area will be killed by poison gas if they are not killed by the explosion. Zhu Chang, you are committing a crime against humanity. Stop it. A group of people also realized the danger. The director of the border police station pulled out his pistol. He was about to shoot at Zhu Chang, but Jiang Chen quickly stopped him. You can't shoot. Fireworks are strictly prohibited in this place. What if you shoot the oil tank behind him and cause a fire? Then you will destroy the oil transfer center with your own hands. Shoot me, you bastards. If you don't have the courage, then die with me. After saying this, he took out a time bomb from his backpack. After sticking the time bomb on the number 1 oil depot, he directly pressed the detonation button. Let's all die. Hundreds of thousands of people will be buried with me. My life is worth it. Damn it, Zhu Chang, stop it. Jiang Chen wanted to run towards Zhu Chang. After he finished speaking, Zhu Chang took out his pistol and fired 2 shots at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen dodged in a hurry. After dodging Zhu Chang's pistol, he heard a loud bang, and the entire number 1 tank collapsed instantly. After the number 1 oil depot collapsed, the sparks instantly ignited the entire number 1 oil depot. Go quickly, let all the people retreat. Seeing this, Jiang Chen turned around and ran back with a group of people. Before Jiang Chen ran far, he heard a loud bang that shook the earth and the entire number 1 storage area exploded instantly. The explosion was like an earthquake. Fuck, Zhu Chang, I'm not going to dig up your ancestral graves. You're brave. The impact of the explosion of an oil tank instantly melted Zhu Chang into air. Jiang Chen hid behind a wall. When the explosion came, the entire wall flew out instantly. Fortunately, Jiang Chen was lying on the ground and did not fly out with the wall. But the superheat wave that followed instantly made Jiang Chen's entire back ache. Unbearable pain. This was Jiang Chen's first feeling. However, this pain was far from fatal. Jiang Chen got up from the ground and ran outside in a hurry. He had a lot of things to do now. Now it was only the number 1 tank that exploded, and it was far from connected to the dozens of other oil tanks. If the number 1 tank could be cut off now, then the entire Yimo Special District could still be saved. Hey, Guanku, quickly notify the Sahara Oil Group and ask them to quickly cut off the connection between the number 1 oil tank and other oil tanks. And all the fire trucks should drive to the oil transfer station. Jiang Chen made a phone call while running out. When he just ran to the west gate of the oil transfer station, he saw Jiang Chen and others lying in a large ditch. Zhu Jiang, you are not dead. That's great. County Magistrate Jiang, Please evacuate the people quickly and have all the fire trucks drive to warehouse number 1. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Jiang Chen was about to call to evacuate the people when a car drove hurriedly in the distance. After the car stopped beside Jiang Chen, several people jumped out of the car quickly. Brother Jiang, what's going on? The person who came was none other than Fatty, the head of the oil transfer center. Zhu Chang blew up tank number 1 with a bomb. Now tank number 1 has exploded. You can't cut off the connection between tank number 1 and other oil tanks? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Fatty looked up at tank number 1 and frowned. Tank number 1 has not exploded yet, and everything can still be rescued. After Manager B finished speaking, he took the walkie-talkie and issued an order to the command center. Command center, this is Fatty. Tank number 1 is damaged and on fire. Cut off the connection between tank number 1 and other tanks, and all fire trucks rush to tank number 1 immediately. After Fatty finished speaking, Jiang Chen and others were surprised. Wasn't the huge shock wave just now caused by the explosion of tank number 1? Tank number 1 didn't explode. Jiang Chen asked, and Manager B pointed to the number 1 tank in the distance, which was on fire, and said, Brother Jiang, it didn't explode. If tank number 1 were to explode, not only you, but also the entire area within a few miles, would be reduced to ruins. After Manager B finished speaking, several people broke out in cold sweats, and they felt like they had survived a disaster. What was the explosion just now? It should be a time bomb, and the time bomb also blew up the oil pipeline next to it, and the oil pipeline also exploded. But this oil pipeline is connected to tank number 1. You can see that the fire in the oil pipeline has burned onto tank number 1, and fire has begun to spray out from tank number 1. Why is tank number 1 so strong? Can't it be blown up by a bomb? It's very strong. This is made of cement from the Sahara group, and it was built very thick when we built it. After Manager B finished speaking, there was a sudden loud bang, and everyone squatted down in fear. In the distance, the fire followed the oil pipeline and ignited all the surrounding pipelines, which made an explosion roar. Command center, is the connection between the number 1 oil tank and the pipeline closed? Manager, it can't be turned off. The system shows that the automatic shoot-off has been damaged. Now the fire has burned the upper part of the number 1 tank. There is very little cement on the upper part of the number 1 tank. If the fire is not put out quickly, once the number 1 tank catches fire and explodes, the number 3 and number 4 tanks next to it will all explode. If the number 3 and number 4 tanks are going to explode, the chemical base next to them will also be detonated. At that time, with the oil transfer base as the center, the area within a radius of 40 miles will all become a world of death. Chapter 427, Going to the fire scene in person. After the command center told Manager B about the damage to the electronic control system of tank number 1, Fatty's face turned ugly. Do you have any solution? It must be closed manually, but the fire is so big now that people can't go in to close it, so the only way now is to let the firefighters cool down the fire scene. After the director of the central control room finished speaking, the fire truck of the oil transfer station had arrived. After the fire truck arrived, it set up a long ladder to extinguish the fire and cool down the oil tank. Now we must evacuate tourists and all residents. After Deputy County Chief Song finished speaking, Chifeng, the chairman of Mojiangnu District Management and Investment Group who arrived first, hurriedly shook his head and said, "No, we can't let everyone evacuate now. If they evacuate now, it will inevitably cause panic. At that time, the entire airport, highway, and high-speed rail will all be paralyzed." Chifeng was a deputy mayor after all. He had already thought that, if an emergency evacuation was carried out now, the losses and consequences would be far beyond what the oil tank explosion could bring. What's more important is that, if the people are panicked, as long as the oil transfer station exists, all tourists will be in a state of panic. Who will dare to come to Sahara for tourism? If we don't evacuate the tourists, what if an accident occurs? After Liu Song finished speaking, Jiang Chen was also a little embarrassed. After all, if an accident really happened, it would be far from his responsibility. Leader, these fires are still under control, and even if you start evacuating the citizens now, once the oil pipeline explodes, There will be basically no place in the entire special zone that will not be affected. And those people may survive if they stay at home. If they stand on the street or next to the oil gas station, they will only face more deaths. Fatty is the general manager of the oil transfer station, so he is very familiar with this situation. Hurry up and put out the fire. Put out the fire with all your strength. I must report this to Mayor Ma. After Jiuo Keming finished speaking, he called Ma Yaowei. When Ma Yaowei heard that the transfer center was on fire, he quickly turned down all the meetings and rushed to the oil transfer center with a group of leaders. When Ma Yaowei arrived at the oil transfer center, all the fire trucks had already arrived at the oil transfer gas station. The oil transfer station set up a temporary firefighting command team, and Ma Yaowei was in charge. What's the situation now? When he heard that the oil transfer center was on fire, Ma Yaowei was so anxious that he didn't dare to sit down. Ma, the situation is not optimistic. The fire has burned to the top of tank number 1. The temperature on tank number 1 is very high now, and what's more serious is that the oil pipeline burns very quickly. The fire in the oil pipeline has now burned to holes 2, 3, and 4. Why haven't the fire brigade entered yet? After Ma Yaowei finished speaking, the chief commander of the Yi City Fire Brigade nodded and said, the fire brigade has entered, but all our fire extinguishing equipment can't reach the top of tank number 1. And we don't have so many oil fire extinguishing equipment. The fire chief was talking when a radio message suddenly came from the front line. Captain, our dry powder fire extinguishers are almost used up, but the oil is still burning vigorously and cannot be put out at all. It seems that our dry powder fire extinguishers are useless to them. Dry powder fire extinguishers are useless. What's going on? I don't know. After our fire extinguishers were sprayed on the burning oil, the fire started again on the dry powder. Captain, the underground pipeline has exploded again. Many of our brothers have been injured. The command center fell into silence. Dry powder fire extinguishers have no effect on oil, which makes everyone embarrassed. Evacuate. We must notify the people to evacuate. After Deputy Mayor Liu finished speaking, many people behind him nodded. Now the fire cannot be put out, which means that it will not be long before the top of tank number 1 will be burned through. Even if the cement on tank number 1 cannot be burned, the hot temperature will sooner or later ignite the oil in tank number 1. Once tank number 1 explodes, the other tanks with similar temperatures will also explode. At that time, the entire oil turnover center will collapse. I told you that we can't evacuate. If we ask them to evacuate now, it will cause panic. The consequences of the airport trampling caused by panic will definitely be much more serious than this. Fatty finished speaking. At this moment, Guan Ku, the head of the Sahara group, also looked at everyone and said, what we have to do now is to see if there is any way to save it. If we announce the withdrawal or a tank explodes, our entire Sahara scenic area will be completely finished. If our scenic area is finished, the desert will soon swallow up the entire Ima Special District. If the Ima Special District is gone, how far is China? After Guan Ku finished speaking, everyone fell into deep thought. It must be said that Zhu Chang really studied them thoroughly this time. This damn Zhu Chang, how could he be so bad? Besides, it's useless to say that. Now the fire scene becomes more dangerous with every passing minute. Let alone other things. At most half an hour, tank number 1 will explode, and then we will all die. After Guan Ku finished speaking, in the midst of a group of people arguing, Jiang Chen decided to go to the fire scene to take a look. After Jiang Chen arrived at the fire scene alone, the area of the fire in the transfer center was several times larger than before. Moreover, explosions were heard from various places from time to time, and each explosion was frightening. Boom. Just when Jiang Chen walked to the west gate, he suddenly heard a loud noise, and a fire truck parked not far from the west gate was instantly overturned by the manhole cover. The fire truck was blown over, and several firefighters next to the fire truck were injured. Quickly retreat, quickly retreat. The pipes under this area are also on fire. The fire captain who was commanding the scene said, and when all the firefighters were about to retreat, they heard a few loud noises, and more than a dozen manhole covers on a road flew up at the same time. After the manhole covers flew up, they instantly broke the legs of several firefighters. Not only that, the manhole covers fell from the sky and injured several people. We can't retreat. We need to return to our positions and cool down tank number 1. This is a last line of defense. If we retreat, the people of the entire Yi city will be finished. Just when a group of people wanted to retreat, a team leader shouted to everyone. After the team leader finished shouting, there were several explosions in the distance, and then several thin oil pipes next to pavilion number 1 also caught fire. Captain, we are running out of water. A fire truck in the distance kept spraying water on tank number 1, but soon, the water on the truck was gone. Now, because of the desert, the entire northwest is extremely short of water. After the winter storm in the Yima Special District under construction, all resources are extremely scarce, and water is even more scarce. Go to other places to get water. Chapter 428, Speed of Life and Death. Speaking of fetching water, the deputy captain sighed. There is no place to fetch water. Even if we go to the Sahara scenic area to fetch water, it will take more than 2 hours to go back and forth, and the transfer center will be burned out before we return. After the deputy captain finished speaking, several firefighters looked at their captain and hesitated. If there was no water, they had no way to cool down the number 1 tank. Dry powder fire extinguisher. Use the dry powder fire extinguisher to spray on the number 1 tank. At this moment, there were at least 7 or 8 fire trucks outside the west gate, and the firefighters on the fire trucks quickly took the dry powder fire extinguisher and sprayed it out. However, the dry powder fire extinguisher needs to be sprayed at a close distance, but the temperature of the fire scene is so high now, and the fire is so big, no one dares to rush up. The fire is too big, we can't rush over. Brothers, put out the fire around us first. After a firefighter finished speaking, he took the lead and took the dry powder fire extinguisher to put out the fire coming out of the surrounding manhole covers. Jiang Chen stood outside the fire scene. He could only watch anxiously, without any solution at all. 10 minutes passed quickly at the fire scene. Jiang Chen stood on a high slope. He looked at the fire that had begun to spread from tank number 4 to other tank areas. Although the oil tanks could not be burned for a while, all the oil pipes were on fire. This can't go on. We must think of a way. Jiang Chen thought of this and suddenly wanted to plant a pond to provide water for the firefighters. However, he took out his mobile phone and clicked on the planting in a low-lying area. After clicking for a long time, there was no effect at all. Damn, your dead mobile phone. How come you are of no use at the critical moment? Jiang Chen was so angry that he wanted to smash the phone, but what was the use of smashing the phone at this moment? System prompt. Seeds can only be planted in the desert. Hello, I already know. The firefighters in the distance were desperate after Jiang Chen's last dry powder fire extinguisher ran out. Captain, the dry powder fire extinguisher is out again. Go back and get it when it's all used up. What are you still doing here? Captain, all the fire extinguishers are here. All the firefighting equipment in Yi City was blown away by the tornado during the winter storm. Now we are using what's left in our old county. After the firefighter finished speaking, the captain also felt desperate instantly. Indeed, since the winter storm, China has transported daily necessities to Mojiang from all over, but it has not transported firefighting supplies here. After all, compared to firefighting supplies, protecting everyone's lives is the most important thing. Without dry powder fire extinguishers and water, a group of firefighters couldn't help crying. At this moment, they were as uncomfortable as soldiers fighting without weapons. This is our battlefield. Even if there are no guns, we have to fill it up with our lives. After the on-site commander finished speaking, he asked everyone to dig soil and use soil to fill the burning places. However, the fire in the distance was too big, and the little soil dug was not enough. As the oil tanks burned farther and farther away, explosions were heard all around, and the whole earth began to shake. Not only that, people in the faraway Yima district also felt the explosions, and they began to ask around online. At this moment, more and more people in the chat room of my Sahara story website asked about the source of the explosions. Did you feel the earthquake there? How could there be an earthquake here? Is it the winter storm coming again? Why do I hear the sound coming from the oil transfer center? I also feel that it is coming from the oil transfer center, and I found that there is smoke coming out from there. Then will we be in danger? Is the oil transfer station on fire? Don't talk nonsense if you don't know the situation. You are spreading rumors, understand? As the discussion became more and more intense, many people wanted to go to the oil transfer center to check it out. After more than half an hour of burning at the Sahara Group Oil Transfer Center, the first oil tank finally couldn't stand the high temperature outside, and a loud explosion sounded. As the sound came, the temperature around instantly rose by several degrees. As the sound of the explosion came, Jiang Chen looked over and saw a huge fire suddenly erupting from the number 1 tank. The fire burned fiercely, illuminating the entire sky. Oh no, the number 1 tank is going to explode. This is the end. I worked so hard to fight for it, and this explosion will destroy it all. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen hurried to the fire scene. When he arrived at the fire scene, the airport picked up a shovel and dug up the soil and threw it at the number 1 tank. Comrade, retreat quickly. This place is about to explode, and soon the area within a few miles will be blown up. Then retreat with us quickly. A firefighter was about to pull Jiang Chen away. Jiang Chen broke free and shouted, "You guys retreat. If this tank explodes, I will go to court. I might as well die here now." Jiang Chen's head numbed when he thought of the hundreds of thousands of tourists who died because of him, and so many families waiting for him to compensate. And the lives waiting for him to compensate were more than the hundreds of thousands of lives affected by the disaster. Retreat, everyone, retreat quickly. The rescue team saw that the fire could not be put out, so they had to retreat. After all, it was nonsense to ask them to put out the fire with soil in their hands. When everyone evacuated, Jiang Chen took a shovel and shoveled soil in the fire, throwing the soil into the oil tank. But what's the use of his great strength? The special Sahara oil burned faster than everyone's escape speed after it encountered fire. It's over. This is really a pitfall. Anna hasn't been married yet, and Li Yiran hasn't come back from the United States yet. Now I can't even see them for the last time. Forget it. My parents died in the desert, and I died before I even entered the desert. How can I face my parents in the underworld after I die? A wall of fire sprayed out from the collapsed pillar, and the wall of fire flew towards Jiang Chen like a bullet. Jiang Chen subconsciously threw away the shovel and lay on the ground. The crowd flew over along his back. After the fire, Jiang Chen's clothes started to burn. Brother Jiang, please reply if you hear me. This is the command center. Please reply if you hear me. The command center has begun to retreat. Brother Jiang, you should also retreat quickly. Tank number 1 will explode in less than 2 minutes. Retreat quickly. Jiang Chen had just gotten up and had not had time to put out the fire on his body when the intercom on his waist rang. Jiang Chen looked at the fire trucks retreating in the distance. He sighed. It would take at least 10 minutes to get out of the fire scene from here. He is not Superman. Could he run away within 2 minutes? Just die. This is a shitty farming system. What kind of oil did you give me? I can't put it out. It's really the oil that makes me successful and the oil that makes me fail. Chapter 429, using you as a training point. Knowing that he couldn't get out alive, Chen picked up a pack of cigarettes from the ground, took out a cigarette, and lit it on the burning stone pillar next to him. This is how my life will be. Jiang Chen took a deep puff after saying this. He hadn't finished his cigarette when his phone suddenly lit up with a ding-dong sound. I'm going to die. Who's still texting me? Jiang Chen said while smoking and opening his phone. After opening his phone, he found that it was his desert farming app that sent him a system message. Your pitiful system. My father is about to be blown to death, and you still send me seeds and let me work for you. How can you be so wicked? Jiang Chen said this and slid open the system reminder. After all, before the explosion of tank number 1, he really had nothing to do, so he played with his phone to ease the tense atmosphere. System reminder. Congratulations to the player for breaking through 300,000 people in the scenic area. The player has obtained a new seed. Please check it. Just check it. It's better to give me a seed that can bear fruit right now, so that I can at least eat a few bites and be full. Jiang Chen said as he opened the seed pavilion. To his surprise, the system did not give him ordinary seeds this time, but gave him a building material seed. Haha, you gave me building material seeds. Do you want me to build a small iron house by myself and lie down in it to avoid the explosion? Jiang Chen thought it was funny. What are you thinking about not giving me something to eat at this time? Jiang Chen opened the seed pavilion, and there was a seed that looked like a bomb in the seed pavilion. The bomb looked like an ancient artillery shell, and there was a thin rope, the kind of bomb that would explode as long as the rope was lit and thrown out. Your system really has no conscience. If you really gave me a small iron house, I could forgive you little, but you gave me a bomb. Do you want me to blow myself up? Jiang Chen was speechless. This was really a system that was so deceptive. He always thought this system was very reliable before. Why did he feel that this system was more and more unreliable now? If it's a bomb, it's a bomb. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed introduction while speaking. Seed introduction. Super firebomb seed. This seed can extinguish all open and hidden fires, whether it's oil or wood, as long as it's fire. This seed can handle it. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Your introduction makes me very suspicious. There has never been a panacea in this world, just like there has never been a fire extinguisher in this world that can extinguish all fires. Wait, why don't I try it? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen decided to give it a try, and he clicked on the price introduction. Price introduction. This fire seed has been specially certified by the Interstellar Alliance. Because its development and manufacturing require various patents, it is produced in small quantities and is expensive. One bomb seed costs 10,000 yuan. What? 10,000 yuan? You just have a small shell, and 10,000 yuan is gone when you throw it forward. How can you be so good at cheating people? My money is not blown by the wind. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, even the system couldn't stand it. System prompt. The system has sensed that there is a risk of explosion around. Please buy seeds as soon as possible to extinguish the fire to reduce unnecessary losses. Please, do you want money or life? Jiang Chen was a little embarrassed. Since the system said so, what was he waiting for? Jiang Chen looked at his card. There was just over 7 million left in his card. This money was transferred to him by Ren Dongsheng of Xinmei Travel Agency when he went to Xinmei Travel Agency a few days ago. Then buy 20 bombs first. 20 bombs means 200,000. After Jiang Chen clicked the purchase button, a box soon appeared in front of him. When he opened the wooden box, 20 round bombs as big as lead balls were lying inside. How the hell do I use this? Jiang Chen said this, holding a bomb and lighting it with the fire on the burning wooden pillar next to him. Jiang Chen had just finished lighting the firebomb when the small wooden house next to him suddenly collapsed with a rumble. As the cabin collapsed, the pipes in the cabin also caught fire. The pipes sprayed like a train, and soon the land around Jiang Chen also began to burn. I'll practice with you first, Jiang Chen said, and threw the bomb in his hand directly to the ground. As soon as the bomb landed, the fire on the cabin also burned into the bomb. There was a loud bang, and the bomb instantly exploded with countless water splashes. After the water splashes flew out, they quickly splashed on the burning wood around. Strangely enough, after the wood was stained with water, the fire on the wood was instantly extinguished. Not only that, after the water splashes fell to the ground, the oil on the ground condensed together in an instant. As the oil mud gathered together, the flames burning on the oil were instantly extinguished. I really work. Where is your planet? How can technology be so advanced? Jiang Chen said, and then lit another firebomb and threw it at his feet. Come. After the bomb exploded, the flames that rushed towards him were instantly extinguished. 6. It's really amazing. How could you, with such a high-tech civilization, perish? It's really puzzling. Just as Jiang Chen was sighing, he heard a loud bang, and the door on the number 1 oil tank was instantly burned off. After the door fell into the oil tank, there was another loud bang, and the entire door was instantly burned to ashes. Oh my god, there are still 30 seconds. Why am I busy fighting with your little flame? I almost forgot that I have to deal with number 1 oil tank. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he picked up a few firebombs and ran towards number 1 oil tank. When he ran to the side of number 1 oil tank, Jiang Chen realized that he didn't bring a lighter. How could he light the bomb without a lighter? It was so pitfalls. What should I do without a lighter? Jiang Chen wanted to light the bomb at the oil pipe next to him, but the fire from the oil pipe was too big. If he ran over, he would become a roasted pig before he reached the wine tank. This is the end of me. I have a bomb but no fire. What's the use of a ball? Jiang Chen said, and kicked the fire bomb out like a ball. The fire bomb rolled to the fire next to the number 1 oil tank. As soon as the bomb reached the number 1 oil tank, there was a loud bang and a splash of water next to the oil tank. After the splash, the flames more than 10 meters away from the oil tank were instantly extinguished. Oh my god, I'm looking for a lighter in the fire scene. Why is my brain as crazy as Fatty Wang? No, I must stay away from Fatty Wang next time. The oil tank was all on fire, so it would be solved by throwing the fire bomb in. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen took off his clothes, wrapped a dozen fire bombs, and threw them into the number 1 oil tank. Chapter 430, Fire Bomb. With only 2 seconds left before the number 1 oil pipeline exploded, the fire bomb thrown by Jiang Chen exploded on top of the number 1 oil tank. After a dozen fire bombs exploded on the number 1 oil tank, the bomb water really looked like a shower of rain. The number 1 oil tank, which had already reached the extreme temperature, instantly dropped a lot because of the rain. Not only that, as the rain fell on the oil surface of the number 1 oil tank, the fire on the oil surface was instantly extinguished. After the temperature in the number 1 oil tank dropped, the danger was temporarily lifted. However, the area of the number 1 oil tank was very large, and the fire inside was still burning. From time to time, flames were spraying wildly above the oil tank. It's too cool that there's no explosion when the time comes. No more talking, hurry up and buy it. Give me $1 million worth of bombs first. I'm going to blow up the whole fire scene. ZHU Chang, you idiot. You want to fight me? Don't die if you dare. If you don't die, I'll be so angry that you'll die. If this fire really detonated the entire oil transfer center, Jiang Chen's loss would not be just a matter of tens of billions. So at this moment he hated ZHU Chang to the bone. Fortunately, ZHU Chang blew himself to death. Otherwise, Jiang Chen would tear his bones apart and feed them all to the dogs. Jiang Chen directly bought 100 bombs next to the number 1 oil tank. After the purchase, rows of boxes appeared in front of him. Jiang Chen held a box of bombs and wanted to throw it directly into the number 1 oil tank, but the oil tank was too high. Although he had the desert system to increase his strength, it was only slightly stronger than a normal person, and it was far from superhuman. So Jiang Chen raised it and threw it hard. The box of bombs hit the wall of the number 1 oil tank directly and then fell to the ground with a thud. Boom. After the loud noise, Jiang Chen was almost crying. The box of 200,000 firefighting bombs actually extinguished the flames of less than 5 square meters next to the number 1 oil tank. Whoa, this is 200,000, and it's all gone with one shake. Jiang Chen was heartbroken. 200,000 let it extinguish such a small flame. This is definitely a waste in the history of human life. No, let's throw them one by one. Jiang Chen opened the boxes one by one, and then started throwing them around the number 1 oil tank. As the firefighting bombs were thrown into the number 1 oil tank one by one, the flames in the number 1 oil tank became smaller and weaker, and the temperature around it also dropped. After Jiang Chen threw all the firefighting bombs worth more than 1 million, the fire around the number 1 oil tank was almost extinguished by him. Oh my god, they threw it away so quickly? When the flames were put out, Jiang Chen found that he couldn't stop at all. This bomb is really, the more you throw, the more fun it is, and it's fun to keep throwing. After blowing up the first oil tank, Jiang Chen followed the burning pipeline to the second oil tank. The area around the second oil tank was already on fire, but because the top of the oil tank was not blown up, the oil channel had been closed. Now I'll start to put you out, Jiang Chen said, and bought 40 or 50 fire bombs to put out the fire. Next to the number 2 tank, Jiang Chen lit the bomb and threw it directly towards the fire around the number 2 tank. With the explosion of the firebomb, the fire was quickly put out. Jiang Chen just held the bomb and blew up all the fires in the entire oil transfer center like a god. When Jiang Chen put out all the fires in the fire scene, he calculated carefully and almost collapsed. In order to put out the work of the oil transfer center, He spent a total of 6.7 million. This is equivalent to the annual profit of many domestic companies. And with this 6.7 million, how many houses can he build? This damn ZHU Chang is so good at bombing, and he made Jiang Chen lose so much money for no reason. Oh, it's more than 6.7 million, because this fire burned all the oil tanks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If these oil tanks are rebuilt, it will cost a lot of money. Well, forget it. No matter how much it costs, the oil transfer center is finally saved. Money is only a thing outside of the body. The main thing is that Jiang Chen saved the oil transfer center, which is the most important thing. Hey, Jiang brother, where did you retreat to? Retreat to your sister. Come back quickly. The fire has been put out by me. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the person on the other end of the intercom was suddenly stunned. There was not even a dry powder fire extinguisher. How did Jiang Chen put out the fire? Brother Jiang, hurry up and leave. Don't stay there. The oil tank will explode soon. If you don't leave now, it will be too late. Guan Chu's voice was heard on the intercom, and Jiang Chen called Guan Chu directly. After the call was connected, Guan Chu was sitting in the car and running for his life. The car was very bumpy, and they officially drove towards the direction of Mojiang Scenic Area. Brother Jiang, why are you still in the fire? Turn around quickly. Turn around and pick up Brother Jiang. President Guan, you can't turn around. We will die if we go there now. I told you to turn around, so turn around quickly. Forget it. Get out of the car quickly and I'll drive. After Guan Zhu finished speaking, he asked the driver to stop the car. He turned around and got in the car and drove towards the Sahara oil transfer center. President Guan, drive slowly, it's okay. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, President Guan saw that Jiang Chen's clothes were all burnt, his hair was almost burnt bald, and Jiang Chen's face was black at the moment. It looked like he was burnt, and he said it was okay. Brother Jiang, hold on. Find a hole to lie down in. Jiang Chen looked at the screen and found that he had only pointed the camera at himself. If he was burned like this, it would be strange if people didn't misunderstand him. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen hurriedly turned on the camera and pointed it at the oil tank behind him. At this moment, the fires that were put out behind him were still emitting white smoke, but these were water vapor, not smoke from the fire. When President Guan on the other end of the video saw that the oil tanks were put out, he was also stunned. He really didn't expect that Jiang Chen could put out all the fires in the entire oil transfer center by himself. This is simply a fucking miracle. Brother Jiang, you really put out the fire. That's great. Our scenic spot is saved. If this fire continues to burn, Guan Ku can already think of his own future. As the general manager of Sahara Group, he can already foresee the pain of Sahara Group being destroyed in his hands. When Guan arrived at the west gate of the oil transfer center, Jiang Chen was sitting next to a burned oil pipeline, fiddling with 2 remaining bombs in his hands. Brother Jiang, how did you put out the fire? After seeing Jiang Chen, President Guan was so excited that he couldn't express it in words, but he was more interested in how Jiang Chen did it. This can't be explained by science at all. Okay. Chapter 431, The Destruction of the Huang Mao Group. Speaking of his own method of extinguishing fires, Jiang Chen threw the firebomb in his hand to Guan Cubic. I used it to blow out the fire. President Guan, this thing is amazing. If you don't believe me, I'll reignite the oil tank now, and you throw this thing in, and the fire will be blown out instantly. No, 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 I believe it. I believe it. As long as you don't light the oil tank again, I'll believe whatever you say. Guan Ku was so scared that his heart almost jumped out when he heard that Jiang Chen was going to light the oil tank again. I was just joking. Old Guan, I tell you, we are really going to make a fortune. This firebomb can put out any fire, as long as it is fire. Let's open a research institute now, dissect this bomb to study what is inside it, and after we have thoroughly studied this bomb and mass-produced it, we don't know how much money we can make every year just by selling firebombs. This broken bomb system was sold to him for 10,000, but if Jiang Chen produced it himself, it would definitely not cost so much money. After all, he doesn't have to pay any patent fees to the Planetary Alliance. Brother Jiang, did you really use this thing to blow out the oil fire? Jiang Chen knew that Guanku didn't believe him. There was a pool of oil not far away. Jiang Chen reached out and threw the cigarette bomb in his hand into the oil, and the oil pool instantly burned. Guanku saw the oil burning, and he was so scared that he hurriedly took off his clothes and went to put out the fire. Before Guanku ran to the oil stall, Jiang Chen lit the firebomb in his hand and threw it directly over. With a loud bang, the firebomb exploded and instantly blew up the pool of oil. Guanku, who had just run to the oil tank, was stunned with the clothes in his hand. Hey, it can really put out the fire. Brother Jiang, this thing is amazing. How much do you have left? Let's quickly gather people to study it. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen privately glanced at the bomb in his hand. He only had one firebomb left. There is one more. I'm sure we have enough research to do, right? I think we have. The two studied the bomb at the oil transfer center for a while, and soon Jiuo Kaming, Ma Yaoi and others came back. After they came back, they were also curious about how the fire was extinguished. They asked Jiang Chen how to put out the fire, and Jiang Chen raised the bomb in his hand. Jiang Chen was about to show them how to do it, but Guanku hurriedly grabbed him. If Jiang Chen blew up the firebomb in his hand again, then they would not be able to study it in the future. There was really no way to perform, so Jiuo Kaming and Ma Yaoi could only treat it as a miracle. After all, there were too many miracles in the desert, and they were numb. Now, let alone a small firebomb. Even if Jiang Chen made an atomic bomb, they would not find it strange at all. How to deal with Uncle Jiuo and Zhu Chang. When everyone calmed down, they had to consider how to deal with the criminals behind the scenes. Especially now that the oil transfer center needs to be rebuilt, and rebuilding it will cost a lot of money, and they will definitely ask the Zhu family to pay compensation. We will finish the trial as soon as possible and report it to Shangjing. Regarding the damage to your oil transfer station, I believe the court will also give you a reasonable compensation. There is another question. Can this matter be resolved internally? If it is open to the public now, it will inevitably cause panic in the Yimo Special District, and it will seriously affect the tourists in my scenic area. After Guanku finished speaking, Ma Yaoi also nodded and said, we must close the court as soon as possible. I suggest that the trial be held this afternoon. Okay, the trial will be held this afternoon. Anyway, we now have solid evidence, and the construction of our special zone cannot be affected at all. At noon, Ma Yaoi and Jiuo Kaming returned to the special zone government again. Because the oil transfer station was seriously damaged, Fei applied for funds from Jiang Chen again. Jiang Chen had no money either, so he had no choice but to keep Guanku and let him talk to Fei. After leaving the oil transfer center, Jiang Chen drove to the Mojiang court with Jiuo Kaming. The current special zone has just been established, and many departments have not yet been established, so the current special zone court is actually the original Mojiang County Court. In the afternoon, the Mojiang County Court conducted an internal trial of the crimes of Huang Mao and Zhu Chang, and Jiang Chen attended the entire trial. After more than 2 hours of trial, Huang Mao, Scarface, Xiao Hao and others admitted their crimes, but because of Zhu Chang's death, all the accusations against Zhu Chang could no longer be implemented. Finally, the Mojiang County Court sentenced Huang Mao and others to death for kidnapping and extortion, murder, treason, and several crimes. Zhu Chang was also sentenced to death for participating in several crimes, but because Zhu Chang was already dead, the death penalty could only be cancelled. However, because Zhu Chang destroyed the Sahara Oil Transit Center, the Mojiang court sentenced Zhu Chang to pay 1.2 billion yuan in cash to the Sahara Oil Transit Center with his Yuluyang Wang shares, and the shortfall would be supplemented by the Zhu family property that Zhu Chang would inherit. After the verdict came into effect, they sent the verdict to the province, and the province sent it to Shangjing urgently. After Shangjing made key instructions, Huang Mao and others were executed in Mojiang at noon on the second day. After Huang Mao and others were executed, Fei, the head of the Sahara Oil Transit Center, went to Beijing to ask Zhu's group for money. Zhu's group refused to pay compensation. They said ZHU-chan was dead, and it had nothing to do with the ZHU family, so they were unwilling to pay. So the ZHU family sued Sahara Oil Transit Center in Beijing. The matter of Sahara Transit Center came to an end for the time being. After July, Sahara scenic area is still very popular. July and August are the most popular times for scenic area tourism, because this is the summer vacation, and many parents will bring their students out to increase their knowledge. When the scenic area was the most popular, Xia Heidong, chairman of Sahara Media Group, called Jiang Chen and told Jiang Chen that all his apps had been transformed over time. Jiang Chen didn't have any new seeds to plant, so he drove straight to the wooden house town. He wanted to see what Xia Heidong had done. The headquarters of Sahara Media Group is located on Rainforest Avenue. They rented a venue of nearly 700 square meters on the second floor of Rainforest Street as their office. When Jiang Chen arrived at the entrance of Sahara Media Group, there were several large signs posted at the entrance, marking the locations of several branches under Sahara Media Group. Brother Jiang, you are finally here. Come and let me see the results of our work in the past 2 months. Xia Heidong and several leaders of the media group had been waiting at the entrance for a long time. After Jiang Chen arrived, they hurriedly took Jiang Chen directly to the second floor. The second floor is their office area. The first floor of Sahara Media Group is still a shop. Xia Heidong is preparing to wait for these products to be launched. Once they make money, they will buy all the shops below as their company land. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 432. Give it a try. On the second floor of Yulin Street, Jiang Chen followed Xia Dongsheng and just walked up to the second floor. There were already many people queuing up to welcome Jiang Chen. Welcome Brother Jiang to inspect Sahara Media Group. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, everyone applauded. When Jiang Chen looked at the team on the second floor, which had at least 500 people, he was stunned. This bastard kept saying he had no money. He kept saying he had no money. You have no money, but you still invited so many people. What made Jiang Chen even more depressed was that more than 500 people were crowded in a place of more than 700 square meters. Everyone was squeezed like a high school student, which was uncomfortable to look at. Why did you invite so many people? Brother Jiang, this number is not too many. They seem to be a lot on the surface, but each team is responsible for different things. If they are divided into specific areas, it seems that there are very few people. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, he took the trouble to introduce them to Jiang Chen. Brother Jiang, look at this area. This area is the operation department of my Sahara Story Network. This is the operation department of Cactus Chat. This area is the operation department of Sahara Shopping. And that area is the operation department of Cactus Payment. And this side is the logistics department. This side is the finance department. And that side is the advertising department. Compared with the big companies in China, our employees are not even a fraction of this. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, Jiang Chen felt that there really weren't that many people. You can't treat talents like this. I'll give you the store downstairs later. Which areas have you succeeded in researching now? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Heidong was so excited. You know, he has been coveting the store downstairs for a long time, but he has always been suffering from not having the money to buy it. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Several people walked to an empty office area. Xia Heidong pointed to the empty office area and said, "This is the management area of the live broadcast website I'm about to set up. Now our story network, Cactus Chat, Cactus Payment, and Sahara Shopping have all been tested and operated. The staff of the live broadcast website has also been recruited. They are the operation team of a domestic live broadcast website. They have now arrived at Fangjin Airport. I will pick them up later." Xia Heidong is Xia Heidong. He dares to do anything and is very courageous. As long as he is determined, he will dare to give it a try. How much do you have to spend on salary to recruit such a team? Jiang Chen knew that these were all internet technology talents, and the salary of each of them could not be less than 10,000. Those leaders have to start at 40,000 or 50,000. After all, this is a frontier. If you pay less, who will come to you? I calculated that our entire Sahara Media Group now has 642 employees, with a monthly salary of nearly 7.5 million, and the investment in computers and other aspects is close to 20 or 30 million. After Zahedong finished speaking, Jiang Chen frowned. A monthly salary of 7.5 million. The key is how much money can their media group make every month. If he guessed correctly, Sahara Media Group not only does not make money, but also has to pay advertising fees. Do you have money to pay the salary now? Not yet. I borrowed the salary of the first 2 months from the Scenic Area Construction Group. Next month, I have negotiated with the New Province Bank. They will lend me 20 million. At that time, our Cactus payment will cooperate with them. After Zahedong finished speaking, Jiang Chen found that this person was really bold to the extreme. He originally just wanted to find him to make a My Sahara Story network, that's all. Now he actually went to the bank to borrow 20 million. What's more surprising is that the bank dared to lend him 20 million to a company like him that has no three things. You have to pay so many salaries every month and borrow so much from the bank. Are you sure you can pay them back? Jiang Chen was sweating for Zahedong because it was a question whether My Sahara Story network could retain tourists without visits. Who will let you advertise? Besides, his Cactus payment has invested so much money, and there are so many mature payment websites in China. How can he compete with them? Don't worry, Jiang Chen. My Sahara Story network has already negotiated a lot of advertisements. Jiang Chen, come and have a look. Take a look at our Sahara Story network. There is a special Q&A community here. Jiang Chen, take a look at what they ask. After Zahedong finished speaking, he led Jiang Chen to the operation area of My Sahara Story network. Under Zahedong's guidance, Jiang Chen saw that there were indeed nearly dozens of pages of messages under the newly launched Sahara questions on My Sahara Story network. Jiang Chen looked carefully and found that most of them were asking what to buy from the Sahara Scenic Area to bring back as a high-end souvenir. Nowadays, the popularity of the Sahara Scenic Area has attracted many people who have never watched Jiang Chen's live broadcast to travel. This has led to them not knowing much about the scenic area, and they know even less about the scenic area products. So how to bring souvenirs to their families has become a headache for them. What's wrong with this question? From this question, it can be seen that they don't know much about the products produced by our Sahara, so I specifically talked to Leo Chen about cooperation. He gave me 5 million advertising fees a year, and I recommended their newly produced products to tourists on the website, so that tourists can buy them. After Zahedong finished speaking, he pointed to the top advertisement of My Sahara Story network, and said with a smile, "Brother Jiang, look at this advertisement. This is the advertisement for their new product. The current number of views of this advertisement has reached 500,000. Are there really so many tourists viewing your advertisement? Isn't it? If tourists want to know about the souvenirs of the Sahara Scenic Area, they will use Kyandu search. And the first website found by Kyandu search is my website." I was asked why. Because I directly invested more than 100,000 advertising fees in Kyandu. After Zahedong finished speaking, he specially asked the technician to demonstrate it again. Sure enough, when the technician entered what to buy in Sahara in the Kyandu search, the first one that popped up was the recommendation page of My Sahara Story network. You only have one advertisement for the scenic spot. How can you possibly pay back the bank loan? The interest on a 20 million loan is hundreds of thousands every month, plus the wages of employees, and his few advertisements alone are not even enough to cover a fraction of the cost. Brother Jiang, I haven't finished yet. Look here, this is the advertisement of Sahara Hotel, and this advertisement is the advertisement of Lavender Hotel Group. Since he advertised here, Lavender Hotel has been full every day. After Zahedong finished speaking, he pointed to the advertisement and said, "For this advertisement, I charge Lavender Manor Hotel 50,000 yuan per month. Now there are about 200,000 to 300,000 tourists in our scenic spot every day, but our scenic spot can accommodate at least 1 or 2 million tourists. This means that most of the homestays and hotels in our scenic spot are unoccupied. You must know that all the hotels in our scenic spots are managed separately. As long as no one lives there, they will not be able to deliver good results at the end of the year. Without good results, they will not be able to share a good year-end bonus. So they have competition, and if they want tourists to stay in their hotels, they must advertise here. Chapter 433, Sahara Institute of Electronic Technology. Xia Heidong is very familiar with the operation of the entire scenic area. Now the Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group is divided into 4 parts, each of which is managed by a special company. The houses, tickets and various incomes in this scenic area are all the responsibility of this group. For example, the Grassland Scenic Area Management Committee, Bermuda Scenic Area Management Committee, Wooden House Town Management Committee and Cactus Forest World Management Committee under the Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group are independent of each other. Each of these 4 scenic spots has its own accommodation and houses. In addition to the houses they built themselves, the Sahara Hotel Group also has accommodation in each scenic spot. They are in a competitive relationship with each other. It's not enough for you to only accept the advertising of Lavender Manor Hotel. It's not enough, but in this month, other hotels have noticed the effect of my Sahara Story Network advertising. Just now, the Wooden House Town Homestay Management Center just signed a full year advertising contract with me, and I directly asked them for $2 million. In addition, there are Sahara Hotel Management Group and Grassland Scenic Area Mongolian Yurt Hostel. They are also negotiating with me. After Xia Donghae finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. This guy really knows how to do business. He makes money from his own people. Your advertising income for the whole year is less than 100 million at most, but look at the annual expenses of your current team. It's far more than that. My Sahara Story Network has more than 100 million advertising fees. Brother Jiang, our scenic spots are independent of each other and charge admission tickets separately. Many tourists come, and they may not visit all 4 scenic spots, so they have to have choices. If they want to attract tourists, the scenic spots have to advertise desperately. I'm preparing to find the heads of these 4 scenic spots to discuss advertising tomorrow. This is a big income. That's right, Brother Jiang. We have also reached an advertising intention with the Sahara Souvenir Factory and the Mineral Water Company. Even the Sahara Livestock Group and Wanjia Food Group have extended olive branches to us. In the future, there will be more and more factories in the Yimo Special District, and that will also be our advertising base. As soon as the Deputy General Manager finished speaking, the advertising department shouted to several people, "We have negotiated with a local specialty company in the provincial capital, and they will come to sign the contract tomorrow." After the advertising department finished speaking, Jiang Chen immediately became interested. After Xia Heidong said this today, he really felt that my Sahara Story Network was really worth doing. The Sahara Story Network can support you guys, and by the end of the year, you can get a lot of share. Why don't you focus on this website? Jiang Chen was very puzzled. He knew that my Sahara Story Network had a lower cost, and the higher the advertising fee income, the higher the income, but the other departments did not make so much money. Brother Jiang, you see now that my Sahara Story Network supports several other companies, but in the long run, this is not the case. In the future, Cactus Payment, Sahara Shopping and Cactus Chat will earn much more money than my Sahara Story Network. Professional matters should be left to professionals. Jiang Chen did not know much about the internet ecosystem. After all, he was in the scenic area. However, he felt that Xia Heidong did have ideas and was bold, and he might be a man who could accomplish things in the future. So Jiang Chen looked at Xia Heidong and said, "Okay, I support you. You came to me today, not just to see your product, right?" "Thank you, Brother Jiang." I knew that Brother Jiang was a very visionary person. I asked Brother Jiang to come here today because I wanted him to help me advertise. I have everything ready now, except for advertising. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled. Sure enough, even the most powerful people have things they can't handle. Okay, I promised you that I would help you advertise after your app is operational. Now that you have completed the task, I should help you advertise too. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Thank you, Brother Jiang. but I have to make it clear in advance that if I advertise, there must be discounts, and they must be real discounts, otherwise you will destroy my live broadcast reputation. Speaking of discounts, Xia Heidong nodded and said, "Don't worry, brother Jiang, we will definitely give a lot of discounts in the early stage. My Sahara story network is not to be mentioned, and there is no good discount for Cactus Chat. Cactus Payment does have a big discount. I promise here that, as long as they download Cactus Payment, they can get a 1-year super discount card for free. With this super discount card, he can get a 9.5% discount on all companies that cooperate with our Sahara Media Group. Which companies are cooperating with you? Scenic spots, hotels, Sahara shops, etc. As long as they download and register a Cactus account, this Cactus account can log into all our media group websites such as Sahara Shopping, My Sahara Story Network and Sahara Payment with one click. Okay, you guys hurry up and perfect all the apps. I'll do a live broadcast tomorrow morning to advertise your Sahara Media Group. Then I'd like to thank brother Jiang on behalf of our employees. Whether they can get a year-end bonus higher than other groups this year depends entirely on brother Jiang's live broadcast. After leaving Sahara Media Group, Jiang Chen drove and went straight to Mojiang Development Zone. In Mojiang Development Zone, the Sahara Souvenir Factory under the Sahara Scenic Area Management Group has begun construction, and Jiang Chen is going to hold a groundbreaking ceremony there. After attending the groundbreaking ceremony in the evening, the promotion manager came to Jiang Chen again. The promotion manager brought several experts from Princeton University and Cambridge University in the United States. They were experts who came to request battery and charging research. In the evening, Jiang Chen met these scholars in the wooden house town. When these scholars arrived in the desert, they were extremely surprised. When they saw Jiang Chen, before Jiang Chen spoke, they all gave him a thumbs up. "Great, your scenic spot is really a miracle." The professors from Jiang University gave Jiang Chen a thumbs up. The professors from Princeton University came the earliest. In the morning, they had already observed and studied Jiang Chen's street lights and rooftop power generation. After the study, they were already surprised, as if they had discovered outer space. Your battery technology and solar panels here are ahead of the Earth by centuries. It is an honor for us scholars to come here to study. These foreigners no longer have the arrogance that looks down on yellow-skinned people. Instead, they are devout like believers in front of Jiang Chen. "Brother Jiang, how should we settle them?" "Settle them next to the Botanical Research Institute." President Guan, I will leave this matter to you. Okay, I discussed with several leaders, and we decided to set up a Sahara Electronic Technology Research Institute in our scenic spot. These people are just the first batch of people to come. We have also received applications from several large battery technology companies in Japan, and they will also come in a few days. The solar panels and battery storage technology in the Sahara scenic area are difficult to replicate, even if experts from the whole world study for decades. However, even if they can develop a little bit of such advanced equipment, it will bring about earth-shaking changes to the battery technology on Earth. Chapter 434. City people have many tricks. Brother Jiang, I have one more thing to report to you. A few days ago, Northern Electric Power and Shangjiang Electric Power Technology Research Institute also came to visit our wind power station and solar power station. They applied to their superiors, and now the superiors have approved it. They want to establish an Electric Power Technology Research Institute here. Where do you think we should choose a site for them? Nowadays, Sahara scenic area is full of miracles, and many experts want to come here to conduct research. You know, they can't see such advanced things, even if they work hard in their own units for 100 years. But if they work hard on these things in Jiang Chen's scenic area for more than 10 years, they can research a lot of results. For experts, publishing papers and academic achievements is their lifelong pursuit. But, I hope that everyone in our Sahara scenic area will come to study everything, and after they have thoroughly studied it, they can start mass production to benefit the entire mankind. As for the Electric Power Technology Research Institute, let them settle down in the grassland scenic area. Okay, that's my plan too. Now wind power stations are mainly concentrated in the grassland scenic area, and there is also a comprehensive power station in the grassland scenic area. These two are enough for them to conduct research and study. After talking about the Electric Power Technology Research Institute, Jiang Chen looked at the foreigner next to him and said, "By the way, do you have colleagues who are studying garbage recycling? My renewable energy group has the most advanced garbage recycling equipment in the world. If you know such people, introduce them to me, and then I will set up a garbage research institute for them in the Bermuda Scenic Area." Why is this name so strange? Yes, I will contact them right away, and I believe they will be here soon. Okay, President Guan, you will be responsible for building a garbage research institute for them in the Bermuda Scenic Area. Brother Jiang, the garbage research institute sounds too ugly. Why don't we just set up a renewable energy research institute? After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen couldn't help but give him a thumbs up. As expected, a doctor is a doctor, and their speaking level is different. Okay, then change the name to Renewable Energy Technology Research Institute. I will assemble a few garbage treatment plants for them later, and let them dismantle them at will every day. The garbage treatment plant in the Sahara is a protected object of the entire Chinese country. Not to mention dismantling it casually, even if you want to go to the side to take a look, it is prohibited. After all, this represents the world's most advanced technology. Maybe a glance at it will make your country's garbage treatment technology advance by decades. Okay, I'll arrange it right away. By the way, there is also a document from Shangjing, which is also about education. Brother Jiang, take a closer look. After studying the other contents, our group has accepted Shangjing's instructions. After Guan Ku took a few foreigners to build the Electronic Technology Research Institute, Jiang Chen looked at the document that Guan Ku handed to him. Notice on the plan, to establish the Grassland College of Tsinghua University and Peking University, Mojiang Grassland. Grassland College. Damn, what is this? Jiang Chen already had a bad feeling in his heart. Needless to say, as long as something like a school is established, it will definitely lose money. Moreover, Shangjing also established a grassland college in his own scenic area. He clearly knew that this was a non-administered area, but he still built a college here. Isn't it obvious that he wanted me to pay for it? After a thorough study by the college management department and the Sahara group, it was decided to establish that Tsinghua Peking University Grassland College in the Sahara group Grassland Scenic Area. The college is jointly managed by Tsinghua Peking University and the Sahara group. After Jiang Chen finished reading the document, he had nothing to say. Although famous universities have the tradition of building branches in other places, but this grassland college covers an area of nearly 2,000 acres. It is called a grassland college, but there are not many majors related to grasslands and agriculture. This college has all kinds of majors, even the tour guide major. This is clearly a branch. Needless to say, the employment pressure of Chinese graduates must be greater. He took my money, built a school in his own name, and then arranged them all to work in my company. It really kills two birds with one stone. But Jiang Chen turned his head and thought again. Although he spent money and donated land, this school can indeed provide him with a lot of talents. No, I must have thought too much. They set up a university here to train talents for the Yima district, right? Now Yima is short of houses, and it is difficult to build them, so it is difficult to train talents. Moreover, because the place where Yima district is located has little green space and expensive housing prices, graduation means unemployment, so no young people are willing to come here. They are using me. Forget it, just use me. Who can I talk to? If you have money, then take on more social responsibilities. What Jiang Chen didn't know was that they did set up the Grassland College here for the main purpose of training young talents for the Yima district. However, putting the school here is not entirely because they want Jiang Chen to bleed, but because Jiang Chen's grassland can withstand the super winter storm that occurs once every 5 years. When the superstorm comes again in 5 years, they don't have to worry about the safety of students at all. Jiang Chen finished reading the documents sent by Guan Cubic. When he put the documents down, he found that there was actually an honorary certificate under the documents. Jiang Chen opened the honorary certificate curiously. After opening the honorary certificate, Jiang Chen was even more amused. Jiang Chen is hereby appointed as the honorary dean of the Grassland College of Peking University and Tsinghua University. What a rip-off. You have sent me this honorary certificate. If I don't bleed, I will be embarrassed. As expected, city people have many tricks. They just made me an honorary doctor last time, and now they have tricked me into the position of honorary dean. Jiang Chen closed the certificate and called Guan Cubic. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen said to Guan Ku, I have agreed to build a university. The documents have been approved, and it is not up to me to agree or not. I also think this is a good thing. Our group is short of people right now, and the talents we cultivate ourselves are definitely the most suitable for our Sahara group. Brother Jiang, if the place wants to go further, only education can make it continue to prosper. I'm very pleased that you can see so far. By the way, recruit all the best professors from the Grassland College for me, and recruit the best students from the Grassland College for me. Outstanding graduates will go directly to work in the Sahara group. Don't worry, Brother Jiang, we still have no shortage of money to poach people in the Sahara group. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen felt that the burden on his shoulders was heavier. Not only did he have to make money to green the desert and go to the center of the desert to find the remains of his parents, he also had to shoulder the heavy responsibility of revitalizing the Northwest. So now Jiang Chen can't be idle for a quarter of an hour. Chapter 435, Contact with Aliens. Contact with aliens in the early morning. The scenic area was once again a rare piece of blue sky and white clouds. The sun shone through the clouds and directly sprinkled on the pink peach gardens in full bloom. Jiang Chen was already busy in the early morning. His task today was simple, which was to live broadcast the Peach Blossom Spring scenic area to everyone, and at the same time, to advertise for Sahara Media Group. It was the weekend, and most of the people in China had already gotten up. So when they turned on their mobile phones, almost everyone who watched Jiang Chen's live broadcast would receive a message pushed by Chili Live. The Jiang Chen who loves farming that you subscribed to has started live broadcasting. Please click to view it. Almost everyone who saw the push would be ecstatic and click into Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. So within 2 minutes of the live broadcast starting, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room had already flooded with nearly hundreds of thousands of fans. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. I haven't broadcast live for you for a long time. Today, while the peach blossoms are in full bloom, I will broadcast my peach blossom spring scenic area to you. Pineapple, wow, the anchor is broadcasting again. That's great. This is the first time the anchor has broadcasted live in the morning. Smile in the wind, wow, the Sahara in the morning. The sky is so blue. On the road, the sun is so nice. The sky here is grey from morning to night. It is rare to see the sun, let alone such good sunshine. Life is a landscape. If it were me, I would choose to sit on a lounge chair in the sun and enjoy sunbathing. The spring sun is so comfortable. Jiang Chen seems to have forgotten that due to the influence of the sandstorm, almost the whole world is grey at this moment. So this group of people are very yearning for the blue sky and white clouds in the desert. Everyone likes the blue sky and white clouds very much. When I have time in the future, I will broadcast more live to you. By the way, I have another good news for you. I have built a university in my scenic area. If there are students who are taking the college entrance examination this year, I suggest you apply for my university directly. Then you can enjoy sunbathing every day. Little caterpillar, is there going to be a university in the scenic area again? You in the rest of my life. What university? Where is it built? Where are the students enrolled? After a group of viewers asked, Jiang Chen opened a notice sent to him by Shangjing and showed it to everyone. Our grassland scenic area will undertake the construction of the Grassland College of Peking University and Tsinghua University, which will be built on the grassland. It is called the Grassland College, but in fact it has all kinds of majors. The first batch of enrollment lists have been sent to various provinces, and the first batch of students will be able to enter the school in September. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, his tourists became excited. Little Phoenix, is the school built now? Can we go and have a look? Big Cabbage, we have seen it here. This requires an interview, and it is a separate enrollment, and the scoreline must be above the first level. For details, please refer to the requirements of each province. The school has not been built yet, and the first batch of students will have classes in Mojiang Special Zone. Jiang Chen estimated that this school will be built in 2 or 3 years. Fing Huak Suiu, when will you enroll? It doesn't matter where you take classes. The most important thing is that this school is not easy to get into. And it is the name of Peking University and Tsinghua University, which is the top university in China. When it comes to the difficulty of getting in, a large group of people sighed. Seeing this, Jiang Chen hurriedly changed the subject. Okay, I just suggest that those students who are interested sign up first. Now let's start our live broadcast. I believe everyone has learned an article called Peach Blossom Spring. Many people have an impression of this, right? Crazy, I can still recite it. Good kid. Anchor, did you plant peach trees in the desert? Peach trees need water. The desert is all yellow sand. How can peach trees be grown? Catfishing, this is unscientific. However, there are too many unscientific things from the anchor. I even suspect that he has contacted aliens in the desert. Little Ha, you are finished. You know too much. Catfishing, ha 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 ha. Not only me, but our whole school thinks that he has contacted aliens in the desert. While a group of fans were discussing, Jiang Chen had already pointed the camera at the Peach Blossom Spring scenic spot behind him. The Sahara in June is full of spring, and peach blossoms are blooming in large areas. The pink peach blossoms are blooming all over the hillsides and the fields. When the wind blows, there is a peach blossom rain everywhere. Look, this is my peach blossom spring scenic area. My peach blossom spring scenic area covers an area of 4,000 to 5,000 mu. The peach blossoms are far more than just 10 miles of peach blossoms. Fiang, wow, it's really beautiful. Look carefully, these peach blossoms seem to be much bigger than those in other places. Pineapple, it is much bigger than other peach blossoms. And this peach blossom is also pink enough. You see, the peach tree is really unique, like an old tree root coiled on the ground. Never leave, the stream under the peach tree is so clear. When the peach blossoms float on it, it really feels like floating in the air. All these I planted are desert honey peaches. Now is the time for flowers to bloom. The scenery is very good. If you want to see it, now is the right time to come. And now the tickets to the scenic area are also cheap, only 500 yuan a ticket. With this 500 yuan, you can not only see the peach blossoms of desert honey peaches, but also apricot blossoms and so on. The Bermuda scenic area in spring is a time that everyone envies. Because the spring here is simply a sea of flowers. Spring has just arrived, and the stunning desert poppies are in bloom. When the poppies are in full bloom, the rose garden scenic area is also open, and then peach and apricot blossoms dye the fields red one by one. Each of these scenic spots can be rated as a 4 level scenic spot in China, not to mention that the entire Bermuda scenic spot is merged into one scenic spot. The scenery is still good, the peach blossoms here have all withered. Now it is spring, and my parents will take us to your place to see the peach blossoms. Big hole, is there anything else in the Teohuayuan scenic area besides peach blossoms? A group of people mentioned other things and Jiang Chen nodded. So Jiang Chen took his mobile phone to live broadcast the thatched cottage village in the Teohuayuan scenic area for them. The thatched cottage village really looks like the scene when the three sworn brothers in Teoyuan. After live broadcasting in the thatched cottage village for a while, Jiang Chen led everyone to see Teoxi River. The clear river water gurgled non-stop, flowing under patches of peach trees, reflecting the peach blossoms on the shore, and the peach blossoms set off the green of the river water, which was truly an indescribable picture. After Jiang Chen finished live streaming several of the more famous scenic spots in the Peach Blossom Spring scenic area, it was already afternoon. Seeing that his number of fans had reached tens of millions, Jiang Chen felt it was time to start advertising. Chapter 436, Chili's live broadcast. We'll stop here for now. I'll share something more interesting with you. Little duck, no, show us more. We haven't seen enough. If you're tired, just point your phone at the peach garden behind you, and we can just watch quietly. Little pony, yes, we haven't seen enough. You can't stop the live broadcast. A group of fans called Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen knew that he couldn't live broadcast anymore. After all, if he finished live broadcasting all the scenic spots in the scenic area, who would come to the scenic area to play in the future? Today's scenic spot will be live broadcasted here. If you like, you can sign up for a tour. Anyway, the tickets are not expensive now, and I have a good news to share with you. Now you just need to download the Cactus Payment app. When you pay the tickets, you will get a 95% discount. Jiang Chen introduced Cactus Payment. Hearing that there is a discount, many people immediately became interested. After all, it is summer vacation now, and many people are preparing to travel here. Children, what is Cactus Payment? Can I really get a 95% discount by downloading that scenic spot? Little brother, is it 5% off now, or in the future? If you download Cactus Payment now, all tickets for scenic spots will be 5% off within 1 year. By the way, let me tell you another good news. The Cactus Payment service we launched now is offering various discounts. As long as you download, register and use Cactus Payment, you will get a 5% discount coupon from all companies that cooperate with Cactus Payment. Jiang Chen saw that he had successfully attracted everyone's attention, so he hurriedly introduced it while the iron was hot. When he heard that all companies were offering a 5% discount, many fans became excited, especially those who were going to travel to the scenic spots or were going to buy things from the Sahara group, were even more excited. Pineapple, let me ask, which companies are offering a 5% discount? Xiaoming, does Xinmui Travel Agency offer a discount? Pink Sky, I'm going to buy roses from Yuan now. Are the roses discounted? Little secret, do you still have a conscience? Roses have been reduced to 100 yuan each, and you still want them to give you a discount. Ahem, the discounts are still there. As long as you download and register Cactus Pay now, you can get a 5% discount on roses at Sahara shop, and you can also get a 5% discount if you join the tour of Xinmui Travel Agency. Xiaoliang loves life, that's great, so what are you waiting for? Hurry up and download it. Ping Pong Boy, does Cactus Pay only offer discounts on these items? I already have WeChat Pay and Alipay on my phone. Not only are there discounts on these items, but now you can get a 5% discount on all the hotels in Junlan Group, and you can get a 5% discount on all the things you buy from Sahara Group. If you travel in the scenic spots of Sahara Group, you can also get a 5% discount, and if you stay in the scenic spots, you can also get a discount. So everyone, hurry up and download it. After Jiang Chen's brief introduction, many people began to search for Cactus Pay. Jiang Chen thought about it and thought that Xia Donghe asked him to advertise more than just Sahara Pay. By the way, if you want to shop online, you might as well download a Cactus Chat app. This app can not only chat, but also shop, watch live broadcasts, post updates in the space, and of course pay. Little Apple, what Cactus Chat? This is not similar to the domestic micro chat, right? Big lazy bug. If you can get it done by downloading an app, then you must download Cactus Chat directly. By the way, I want to ask if my Sahara Story Network app has been made. Swinging event, yes, it would be great if my Sahara Story Network could be tied to these. Now I like to go to my Sahara Story Network for a walk. My Sahara Story Network has also been integrated with Cactus Chat. Now you can also download my Sahara Story Network app and Cactus Payment app separately, or you can directly download Cactus Chat. Now you only need one account to log into all apps. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people gave thumbs up. Although at this moment, my Sahara Story Network and Cactus Payment are far from being the opponents of these domestic giants, as long as they can attract a certain number of tourists, their goals will be achieved. Little Sky, I don't like shopping, so I'll go to my Sahara Story Network. Little Panda, I'm going to travel, so I'll go to Cactus Payment. Soon many fans chose to download the software according to their needs. After they downloaded the software, they ran to Jiang Chen's live broadcast room to watch Jiang Chen's live broadcast. Okay, after introducing the few products we just launched, I will introduce you to. At 3 PM, when the live broadcast room was the most popular, Jiang Chen wanted to lead everyone to visit other attractions in the Bermuda scenic area at the moment, but suddenly his screen went black, and he was forced to log out. What's going on? Has Chili Live been hacked? Looking at the black screen, Jiang Chen was puzzled. Chili Live is also an old platform, how could such a low-end error occur? Moreover, the popularity of his live broadcast room just now was only 200 million, and only 20 million people were watching his live broadcast. This popularity is far from enough to bring down the live streaming platform. When Jiang Chen was wondering, his backstage suddenly sent him a short message, and Jiang Chen hurriedly clicked on the short message to read it. Dear supporter, because you have violated the relevant rules and regulations of Chili Live, your live streaming room is now banned. After Jiang Chen saw the message pushed by the system, he was stunned. He didn't know what Chili Live was trying to do. They actually dared to block his live streaming room. If he hadn't opened a live streaming for him, they would have eaten shit long ago. I have to call Chili Live. I want to see whether they did it intentionally or not. Jiang Chen was about to call Song Jiaqi, the content director of Chili Live, when his mobile phone rang first. Jiang Chen opened his mobile phone and saw that it was Song Jiaqi calling him. Hey, Manager Song, what's going on? Why was my live broadcast room suddenly blocked when I was doing a live broadcast? Jiang Chen was very angry at the moment. You know, there were at least 20 million people watching his live broadcast room just now. Now he was blocked for no reason. How could he explain to those fans who watched his live broadcast? Chapter 437, Forced into a desperate situation. After Jiang Chen questioned Song Jiaqi on the other end of the phone was silent for a long time. Jiang Chen, I'm sorry. A few days ago, the head office issued a rule that no one is allowed to advertise in their live broadcast room. Otherwise, his live broadcast room will be blocked. I didn't tell you. I'm really sorry. No advertising? Jiang Chen was stunned when he heard it. If he was not allowed to advertise, then what was the point of him staying in Chili Live? Why not allow advertising? Unblock my live broadcast room now. After Jiang Chen said this, he didn't believe that Chili Live would really dare to block his account, unless Mr. Li was crazy, and Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi were also crazy. I'm sorry. Several shareholders just discussed with the group boss, and they decided to block your account and put you on the blacklist. Manager Song, are you serious? Give the phone to CEO Li. I want to ask him if he is crazy. Do you think that if I don't start live streaming, can the Chili Live platform compete with Maoi Live? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and suddenly there was laughter from Song Jiaqi's side, and then Jiang Chen heard a rough voice. You don't have to worry about whether it can compete with Maoi. Besides, Maoi is mine, and Chili has also been acquired by me. Why should I fight with myself? Jiang Chen was stunned for a moment after the man on the other end of the phone finished speaking. Are you Zhuan? Okay, I understand. But don't treat me like a fool. You want to block my account, which means you want to terminate the contract with me. My termination fee is 4 or 5 million. I wonder if you can afford it. It's just 4 or 5 million. It's nothing. As long as I can make you unable to advertise and destroy your scenic spot, let alone 4 or 5 million. Even 10 million is worth it to my ZHU family. ZHU Zhuan was right. Since ZHU Chang's death, the stock price of A Ray of Sunshine has begun to fall to the bottom. A Ray of Sunshine's market share in China is getting smaller and smaller. Not only that, most of the companies invested by the ZHU group have been ruined by Jiang Chen, so they decided to kill Jiang Chen. After a week of meetings, the ZHU group finally found Jiang Chen's fatal weakness. The current popularity of Jiang Chen's various scenic spots and Sahara shop products is not only because Jiang Chen's advertising is good. When it comes to advertising, 99% of Jiang Chen's advertising is on live broadcasts, so most of the people who go to his scenic spots are his fans. If Jiang Chen's live broadcast is cut off, his point-to-point advertising will be blocked. So after research, the ZHU group decided to use the last capital to play the final game with Jiang Chen on live broadcast. This time they will no longer spend money to buy those traffic stars. They decided to invest directly in Chili Live. So many small companies controlled by the initial group have invested in the Chili Live platform. At this moment, Chili Live has to cooperate with these small platforms because of lack of funds. When these companies injected funds into Chili Live also had money to invite traffic stars. But what they never expected was that these small companies were finally acquired by ZHU Zhuan. Then ZHU Zhuan also took advantage of the situation to become the largest shareholder of the Chili platform and directly controlled Chili Live. After Zhuziuan controlled Chile Live, he introduced many policies, one of which was a system that prohibited anchors from advertising in the live broadcast room. After he proposed this system, he did not let anyone tell Jiang Chen. His purpose was to find a reason to terminate Jiang Chen's contract. Okay, then we'll see you in court, Jiang Chen said, and hung up the phone directly. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen's cell phone rang soon. It was Zahedong who called him. Brother Jiang, that's great. The number of registrations for our products is growing rapidly. Cactus Pay has nearly 400,000 downloads now. Okay, by nightfall, I estimate that there will be at least 1 million downloads. By the way, Manager Zah, didn't you develop Sahara Live? When will it be put into use? At this moment, Jiang Chen decided to fight Zhuziuan fiercely. After all, most of the people in the ZHU group were defeated by him, and he would never let Zhuziuan be so free and easy. Speaking of Sahara Live, Zhedong was a little confused. Didn't Jiang Chen always oppose him to develop these products when he had no money? Why did he suddenly take the initiative to bring up the matter of Sahara Live today? The Sahara Live broadcast team has arrived. It will take about 3 to 4 days to build the platform, and it will be put into use within 5 days. However, we don't have the money to hire internet celebrities and stars, and I'm afraid that few people will watch it. So now I'm preparing to recruit some young girls to do live broadcasts. I will train them to do live broadcasts in scenic spots. What Sahara lacks the least is good looking people. Therefore, Zahedong decided to open an internet celebrity school himself. He specially recruits and trains young girls or boys who like live broadcasts, and lets them do live broadcasts in Sahara and all over the country. Then when they become popular, its live broadcast platform will be able to compete with other live broadcast platforms in China. A week is too long. 3 days, no matter what, you have to develop the Sahara live broadcast platform for me in 3 days. What's wrong with Jiang? Why are you in such a hurry to develop Sahara Live? My live broadcast school has not been built yet. Now that it is developed, we have to waste people to maintain it, and we don't have the money to sign anchors. Zahedong spent all his money on the profitable My Sahara Story network and Sahara Payment. The others are just one end of his ecological chain. Those are not in a hurry to invest. You can sign anchors slowly. If I ask you to build it in 3 days, you should build it in 3 days. If you can build it in 3 days, I will broadcast live on your live broadcast platform in the future. After Chen Chen finished speaking, Zahedong was so excited that he almost jumped up. That's right, he never expected Jiang Chen to come to his live broadcast platform. You know, Jiang Chen is the top outdoor live broadcaster in China. If Jiang Chen can settle in his live broadcast platform, it will be the biggest advertisement in the world. Okay, Jiang Chen, don't worry. As long as you are willing to come to my live broadcast platform, let alone 3 days, even if I don't sleep or eat, I will let them develop the live broadcast platform for me within 2 days. Zahedong seemed to see hope instantly. If Jiang Chen joined his live broadcast platform, the benefits and significance it would bring to him would be far more than just a few million. First of all, because Jiang Chen's arrival means that Jiang Chen's 10 to 20 million fans will also come with him. After they come, they will definitely register an account on Sahara Live. Once they have more than 20 million fans, they will divert these fans to Cactus Payment and My Sahara Story network. By then, My Sahara Story network and Cactus Payment will have a large base of fans. By then, his Sahara Media Group will really rise. Chapter 438, GD Counterattack. Zahedong was so excited when he heard that even their big boss Jiang Chen was going to work for him. So Jiang Chen asked him to finish the Sahara Live broadcast platform within 3 days, and Zahedong became abnormal on the spot. Brother Jiang, if you come to our Sahara Live broadcast, you will slap me if our platform does not build Sahara Live broadcast within 2 days. Okay, I will start broadcasting in your live broadcast room on time in 2 days. And I will pay for all the advertisements in your live broadcast room and your platforms at my own expense. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zahedong was so excited that he almost knelt down. He never expected that pie in the sky could really fall, and this pie fell on his head. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Whether our group can get a high bonus at the end of the year depends on this time. After hanging up the phone, Xia Donghe immediately called all the engineers of the group together. After the engineers arrived, he selected most of the backbones from them and asked them to join the research and development of the Sahara Live broadcast platform. At the headquarters of Sahara Media Group, a research and development team of nearly 200 people was born soon. The research and development of the live broadcast platform is actually very simple. There are already many live broadcast platforms in China. They just need to imitate them. When Xia Heidong was busy, Jiang Chen was not idle either. This time he knew that, since he had to fight to the death with ZHU Zion, it meant that he had to have a final showdown with the ZHU group. So after hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen first found a lawyer to sue Chili Live, and then he studied advertisements in the scenic area. His live broadcast debut must be popular, but how can a newly established, live broadcast platform with no reputation, make its debut popular? What's more, he only has 2 days. Let's go to the promotion manager to discuss it first, Jiang Chen said, and drove directly to the Sahara Group office. After arriving at the office, Jiang Chen greeted the promotion manager and asked the promotion manager to gather all the leaders of various departments such as the Scenic Area Management Group. After all the leaders arrived, Jiang Chen talked about the purpose of his visit. Today, Chili Live platform blocked my live broadcast room, so I need to broadcast live on our own anchor platform. Now I have a task for everyone. Everyone, in the shortest possible time, put up advertisements for my live broadcast debut on Sahara Live in every corner of the scenic area. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of Sahara executives couldn't help but ask, "Brother Jiang, this shouldn't be right. Why did they block your live broadcast room? Doesn't Chili Live rely entirely on Brother Jiang to bring in traffic?" "That's right. Are they crazy? If they let Brother Jiang go, will anyone still watch their platform? Chili Live has been acquired by ZHU's group, and I have asked a lawyer to sue them. I believe that it won't take long for the news that I was blocked by Chili Live platform to spread on the internet, so we must take advantage of this wave of popularity to launch our own live broadcast platform." Jiang Chen finally understood that it is better to rely on yourself than on anyone else these days. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people fell silent. They didn't understand why Chili Live platform did this, but they calmed down after hearing that Chili Live platform was acquired by ZHU Zion. "Brother Jiang, I think we need to hire a group of internet trolls to post comments online first. Just offer discounts and advertise in the scenic area, and also advertise on other platforms. There is a very popular talk show in China tomorrow night. I will contact them later. Brother Jiang, you go on this talk show tomorrow. I will ask them to kick the person who will be on the show tomorrow aside. No need. That's too unethical. Just give them some money and ask them to help me spread the news that we will be broadcasting live on Sahara the day after tomorrow during the interview." "Okay. By the way, Brother Jiang, there are a lot of people coming to the scenic area now. I will make posters of your live broadcast on Sahara later, and then post them in every corner of the scenic area, especially at the entrance of the scenic area. I will put a few large posters separately. I will have people work day and night to make a batch of posters and put them in front of every Sahara shop in the country. Anyone who enters our Sahara shop can see this advertisement. At that time, we will also put the download code of Sahara Live on the advertisement for everyone to scan the code and install it." After Manager K finished speaking, everyone suddenly realized that this was a good idea. We also asked them to hang posters at the entrances of all our Xinmui travel agencies and all our partner travel agencies in China. As long as they scan the code to install Sahara Live and subscribe to Brother Jiang's platform account, I will give them a discount of 50 yuan each. Rendong Sheng also spoke up in the TV conference. After Rendong Sheng finished speaking, Li Hubo also smiled and said, "Then I will do something practical. From now on, as long as you install Sahara Live and follow Brother Jiang's live broadcast room, each of my more than 300 Yunjinyuan flower shops across the country will give him a flower. In addition, each of my nearly 200 Hua flower shops across the country will also give a flower." Today, Li Hubo is so rich that all the Sahara roses this season are handed over to him for sales, and he has made a lot of money. In addition, He has successfully acquired Huawei and the stock price of Li Habo has expanded to other industries. Since you are all advertising, why not post the download quarter codes of Sahara Chat, Sahara Payment, and my Sahara Story network? If you want a discount, give them a bigger discount. All travel agencies that download and use these apps will be exempted from 200 yuan each, and flower shops will give them flowers worth 100 yuan each. Jiang Chen was actually willing to help Sahara Media Group, so he had to help to the end. He wanted to make Sahara Media Group a super network company of Sahara Group. Okay, I'll listen to brother Jiang. We, Junlin Hotel Group, will also hang up your posters. When the time comes, all those who download Cactus Chat, Sahara Live, and Cactus Payment can pay the fees by taking screenshots and using Cactus Payment. We will give them a 10% discount on this basis. Junlin Hotel Group, seeing that everyone supported Jiang Chen, they were not willing to lag behind. Today, Junlin Hotel Group has been invested by Sahara Group, and Junlin Hotel needs a lot of funds to invest in hotels in Sahara scenic area. She Wenfei didn't have so much money, so Jiang Chen and She Wenfei jointly invested in the Junlin Hotel Group. So now the Junlin Hotel Group, half of the shares belong to Kai Wenfei and half of the shares belong to Sahara Group. Brother Jiang, our communication group has covered the Yimo Special District. We will send text messages to every user in the Yimo Special District. Now we have nearly 300,000 users, and we also have nearly 300,000 temporary card users. These temporary card users are tourists from all over the country. This wave of recommendations will definitely make many people use Sahara Pay. Very good. By the way, you can let everyone recharge their phone bills on Cactus Pay, and then you can give them discounts. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Yang Sheng from the communication company nodded. He also had this idea. Now they have a lot of users, but their employees are limited. If everyone can recharge and pay online, it will save them a lot of store investment. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 439, Strike First to Gain Strength. In the conference room, everyone showed their sincerity to help Sahara Media Group, and everyone tried every possible way to promote Jiang Chen's live broadcast. The meeting lasted for a long time, and it was already evening when the meeting ended. In the evening, the west sky was full of colorful clouds. After everyone left, Jiang Chen drove on the road leading to the Bermuda Scenic Area. When he arrived at the Bermuda Scenic Area, the scenic area was already crowded with tourists. Jiang Chen lay alone on the Bermuda lawn. Now the entire Bermuda lawn has achieved full network coverage. Jiang Chen looked at the colorful clouds in the west sky and then turned on his mobile phone to check the news on the internet. When Jiang Chen clicked on Megu News, everything was just as he expected. The ZHE group had exaggerated the news of his dismissal and reported it on the internet. Oriental Entertainment. The latest news is that the famous outdoor anchor Jiang Chen, who loves farming, has been fired by the Chili Live platform. The reason for the dismissal is that Jiang Chen, who loves farming, advertised in the live broadcast room, which violated the relevant regulations of the Chili Live platform. Zionio News. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, was removed from his old company, and the Chili Live platform issued a notice to the industry to ban Jiang Chen, who loves farming. Now Mayo Live platform and Xiaoyu Live platform have announced the ban on Jiang Chen, who loves farming. Southern Entertainment News. Where will Jiang Chen, a famous outdoor live broadcaster, go in the future? It is reported that the ban on Jiang Chen by Mayo Live and Chili Live will make it impossible for Jiang Chen to stay in China's live broadcast room. Whether he will leave China and go to Hanshao country or the United States is still unknown. Jiang Chen looked at the news and couldn't help laughing. These two dogs still want to ban themselves, which is really funny. Do they think that they can suppress themselves by joining forces with those unknown live broadcast platforms in China? National Live platform has joined the agreement initiated by Mayo and Chile to boycott the inferior artist Jiang Chen. National Live platform is committed to creating green and healthy live broadcast content. For the bad behavior of advertising in the live broadcast room, this platform will deal with it once it is discovered, and will never tolerate it. Entertainment early news. The Chili Live platform, which has received investment, announced the introduction of the 4 major actresses and 4 minor actors. These 8 people are the most popular film and television artists now, and they will lead the Chili Live platform to a new glory. Seeing the news about the Chili Live platform, Jiang Chen sighed. Sure enough, he has no need for himself, now that he has money. Northwest News. A large number of fans have poured into my Sahara story network. Now my Sahara story king has discussed that Jiang Chen was banned by the Chili Live platform as much as more than 100,000. Special Zone News. Sahara Live Company has been officially registered in the Special Zone. Sahara Live Company belongs to Sahara Media Group with a registered capital of 5 million. Mojiang Evening News. This newspaper has exclusive news that the famous outdoor anchor Jiang Chen, who loves farming, will start his live broadcast debut on the Sahara Live platform the day after tomorrow. Zioneo Entertainment. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, finally has a home. He did not choose a live broadcast platform in the mainland, but a small live broadcast platform in the border area. I'm afraid that Jiang Chen's title of the #1 outdoor live broadcaster will be ruined in his own hands. Southern Entertainment. Choosing an unknown small live broadcast company. Is Jiang Chen giving up on himself, or is Jiang Chen preparing to create another legend in the live broadcast industry? Let's wait and see. When Jiang Chen turned off his phone, he lay on the grass, looking at the blue sky, the evening clouds, feeling the warm spring breeze, and feeling very happy. You can doubt me, La Jiao, Mao Yap, do you think that, if you drive me out, I will have no place to promote my own scenic spot? It's ridiculous. Ding-ling-ling, ding-ling-ling. Jiang Chen was just about to lie down and relax himself, and then concentrate on preparing for the live broadcast the day after tomorrow, when his phone rang again. Brother Jiang, this is Leo Zia. There are more than 400,000 discussions about you on my Sahara story network. Do you want to reply to everyone? While Zia Haidong was talking, the bell behind him suddenly rang, and then the people behind him began to cheer. Manager, the number of people online on my Sahara story network has exceeded 1 million. Ding-ling-ling, ding-ling-ling. Manager, the number of registered users of Cactus Payment has exceeded 100,000. Jiang Chen was not surprised at all as good news came one after another on the other end of the phone. After all, it was already evening, and I believe that at this moment, the advertisements of various companies of Sahara Group have been put out. Okay, I'll go to the website to check it out. Brother Jiang, our user growth rate is very fast now. Our server can't keep up, and we don't have enough technical personnel. In addition, our office space is pitifully small. With our current development capabilities, I don't think I need to expand my office area. Jiang Chen remembered that so many branches of Sahara Media Group were crowded in a small place, so it goes without saying that Zia Haidong must want to take this opportunity to ask for a piece of land belonging to them. Okay, this request will meet your needs. Where are you going to build the company? There is plenty of land in the desert, so it doesn't matter, even if he is given a few plots of land. When Zia Haidong saw Jiang Chen agreed, he instantly became happy. Although Zia Haidong is already 40 years old, he is more enterprising than a 20-year-old boy. Brother Jiang, I have made a plan. Now our group has so many branches, and each branch needs its own independent office area. And now that our registration volume is so high, we will have to recruit hundreds or even thousands of technicians overnight to enable each of our companies to operate, so this requires a large space. I can afford to approve any size of place for you. Just tell me where you want to build your company. Jiang Chen knew that, since Zia Haidong had seized the opportunity, he would definitely ask for a lot, so he had already thought of a reason. Since he wanted land, at most Jiang Chen would approve half of Yulin Street to him. Brother Jiang, I don't have time to build a high-rise building, now that I'm given land. Brother Jiang, now that the Mojiang New District has established the Yimo Special Zone, there are the most talents in the Special Zone, so I plan to move the Sahara Media Group to the Mojiang New District. There happens to be an idle building in the Mojiang New District, and it is just right for me to leave that building. If we talk about the most valuable land in China now, it is the special zones in China, especially the Yimo Special Zone. At this time, the Yimo Special District had just been established, and there were a lot of people coming to seek their fortune, so the Yimo Special District would soon become a new gathering place for talents. Xia Heidong saw this point, and he wanted to open his company in the Yimo New District. Of course, more importantly, there was a newly built vacant building in the Mojiang New District, which was coveted by many group companies. There were even rumors that the Sahara Group's headquarters would move to this building, so Xia Heidong wanted to take advantage of it before the headquarters moved there. Chapter 440. The boasting is a bit too much. The newly built building is called Yinan Building. It is an office building with 40 floors. It is one of the tallest office buildings in Mojiang New District. If the company can be moved here, such a high-end office area is simply a symbol of the local tyrants. And with such a local tyrant's office area, then what business can't they talk about with Sahara Media Group? Once others come in and see such a high-end building, who can doubt that Sahara Group has no financial strength? Jiang Chen doesn't know much about Yinan Building, but he thinks that, since Sahara Media Group is going to be supported now, it must be supported to support all the several branches under Sahara Media Group to the top 10 places in the country. Okay, but I have a request. By the end of the year, if your company cannot repay the loan and cannot make a profit, then this building will be taken back. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Heidong felt the pressure. However, pressure is motivation. If they can repay the loan by the end of the year and make the company profitable, even if it is not profitable, and the company's earnings can offset the wages, then they can keep this building worth at least tens of billions or even tens of billions. Don't worry, Jiang Chen, with you in charge of Sahara, I will definitely make our Sahara Media Group profitable by the end of the year. Next year, our revenue will be ranked in the middle level of other companies in our Sahara Group. Within 5 years, our Sahara Media Group will be able to enter the top 3 of the Sahara Group. I can guarantee you this. To enter the top 3 of the Sahara Group, it really requires great strength. Now in the entire Sahara Group, let alone leading enterprises such as Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group, even large enterprises such as Sahara Communications Company, Sahara Power Group, and Sahara Shop are not comparable to ordinary companies. Okay, it's okay to have you say this. If you can't achieve what you said today in 5 years, then your building will be taken back. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Xia Heidong nodded. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen opened the My Sahara Story website and read everyone's comments. After opening the My Sahara Story website, there were indeed many posts asking Jiang Chen where he would live broadcast, and what happened to Jiang Chen. Why was his live broadcast room blocked? Jiang Chen did not have time to reply to the posts. He saw that there were many chat rooms in the chat area discussing his affairs, so Jiang Chen joined the largest chat room. There were nearly 10,000 visitors in this chat room asking about Jiang Chen. Why did Jiang Chen suddenly stop broadcasting? I saw online that Jiang Chen was banned by the China Live Broadcasting Association. Does that mean we won't be able to watch his live broadcasts in the future? They said that Jiang Chen was advertising in the live broadcast room. That's really a rip-off. They were just giving us benefits. Kylajiro Live really has no conscience. It was Jiang Chen who saved them when they were about to go bankrupt. Now that they have money, they kicked Jiang Chen out. For such a live broadcast platform, I suggest that we jointly ban it. Such an ungrateful live broadcast platform should be banned. I will go to various forums to set up a message to ban the ungrateful Kylie Live platform. I will set up a voting window and let everyone vote on whether to support Jiang Chen or the Kylie Live platform. We are not done with the Kylie production platform. All of Jiang Chen's fans, all the people who have been saved by Jiang Chen, and the patients who have benefited from the Sahara Group should also stand up. Everyone, stand up and mobilize people. I will go to our university to hang banners. I suggest that everyone organize the people around you. We may not need the Sahara Group's stuff now, but in the future, we will still rely on the Sahara Group to save our lives. After a group of people finished talking, they ran to get busy. Jiang Chen registered an account in the chat room and then sent a message in the chat room. Thank you for your concern. Although the Chili Live platform has blocked my live broadcast room, I want to tell you our good news. The day after tomorrow, I will have my first live broadcast on Sahara Live. I hope everyone will come to my live broadcast room on time. We will meet at the usual time. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the chat room was instantly flooded with messages. Wow. Jiang Chen finally came out. As long as he can start live broadcasting, we will definitely support him firmly. We must support him. I will definitely notify my friends next to me. Jiang Chen answered many questions from fans in the live broadcast group. While Jiang Chen was interacting with fans, Xia Heidong had already hired a group of internet users to advertise everywhere on the internet. In addition, Xia Heidong used money to buy a lot of self-media and asked them to report on various news websites. Therefore, within 10 minutes, the news that Jiang Chen, the famous outdoor star, interacted with fans on my Sahara Story network was pushed to the top of the Kyandu hot search list. When the news that Jiang Chen appeared on my Sahara Story network entered the top 10 of the Kyandu search list, more and more Chinese people saw it. So those who cared about Jiang Chen and those who wanted to watch the fun and find news hotspots all flocked to my Sahara Story network. Manager, the number of online visitors to my Sahara Story network has exceeded 2 million, and it is still growing at a rate of hundreds of thousands. That's great. How many registrations are there now? There are now 250,000 registrations, and the registration growth is very slow. I guess many of them are tourists who are just watching the fun. After the deputy manager finished speaking, Xia Heidong fell into deep thought. If he wants to realize his boasting, if he wants to own a building worth nearly 10 billion, then he must find ways to make my Sahara Story network popular first, and only after their registration volume increases can they realize advertising profits. Tell the technical department to close the entrance for tourists from now on and open the registration page. Tell everyone that only after registering an account can they enter my Sahara Story network and interact with Brother Jiang. Received. The engineers in the technical department of my Sahara Story network quickly set my Sahara Story network to a mode that prohibits tourists from entering. At this moment, my Sahara Story website has nearly 3 million clicks in. When those unregistered tourists were squeezed out, the number of online users of my Sahara Story network dropped to more than 100,000. At this moment, Xia Heidong and others were sweating. They were afraid that these tourists would find it troublesome to register because they could not enter and directly close their accounts and stop visiting their website. Type a message. There are prizes for registering on my Sahara Story network. To be on the safe side, after opening the registration channel, Xia Heidong immediately asked someone to type a sentence on the registration page. Register an account on the My Sahara Story website now, and you will be able to log into Cactus Chat, Cactus Payment, Cactus Shopping and Sahara Live with one click. Newly registered tourists will participate in the lucky draw on the My Sahara Story website lucky draw page at 8 PM every day. This website will give out 500 free travel vouchers to Sahara scenic spots every day. Chapter 441, Strange Mengsha Mountain. After the engineers followed Xia Heidong's request and put the message that registration for my Sahara Story network would give away tickets on the page, the number of registrations for my Sahara Story network soon began to grow at a rapid pace. Manager, the number of registrations has exceeded 500,000, and now it has exceeded 550,000. The growth rate is so fast. Okay, let's do it. Open the lottery page and tell everyone on the lottery page that the registration and ticket winning activity will last for half a year. In addition, not only can you get tickets after registration, but you can also get a 10% discount card from Xinmui Travel Agency, a 10% discount card from Junlin Hotel, and 20% discount shopping coupons from Yunjinyuan Flower Shop and Huayangnyanhua Flower Shop, which will make everyone completely crazy. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, the deputy manager said with some embarrassment, "Manager, they are getting excited, but the scenic spot doesn't give us so many free coupons. Also, what if the hotel and the flower shop don't give us any? Don't worry about this, just keep the tourists on the website first. Besides, with Brother Jiang here, Brother Jiang will definitely not let us lose our credibility, right? Now the only thing Zhang has to do is to strike while the iron is hot and keep all the tourists on the website. Okay, I'll arrange it right away. In my Sahara story chat room, Jiang Chen seemed to be broadcasting live here. His fans are increasing and more people are asking him questions. Later, Jiang Chen found that these people were not only his fans, but also many self-media reporters. Jiang Chen even felt that even those people from the Live Broadcast Association had mixed in. The entire chat room was full of screens. Because the chat room could only be used for voice chat, many fans clamored for Jiang Chen to start a live broadcast to explain to them. Of course, Jiang Chen did not start a live broadcast. After answering everyone's questions in the chat group, he typed the time for the live broadcast in the chat room. Jiang Chen interacted with everyone for a long time. It was not until after 9 o'clock in the evening that Jiang Chen felt tired and closed the chat room to have a good rest. At 9 o'clock in the evening, the Sahara media group was already in a carnival. Zhang picked up a bottle of champagne, opened it with a bang, and the bubbles sprayed everywhere, and the employees cheered. Victory, our first step is victory. So far, my Sahara Story Network has registered 7 million visitors, and my Sahara Story Network app has been downloaded more than 10 million times. Great, it's really great. Everyone will get a bonus at the end of this year. Manager, you said we should move to Yinan building. When will we move? We will move tomorrow. Zioliu. Go buy some groceries and celebrate in the evening. Tomorrow we will all move to our new home. I tell you, don't follow me. I will give you each a villa. After the next morning, Jiang Chen got up early. He was going to start preparing the content for the live broadcast. After all, this was his first live broadcast of Sahara. If he didn't do a good job of live broadcasting, then his future would be worrying. What content should I live broadcast? All the scenic spots in Sahara scenic area have been live broadcasted. We must live broadcast something new. Speaking of new things, Jiang Chen didn't know how long it had been since he opened a new scenic spot. This was also largely because his system hadn't given him seeds for a long time. By the way, my scenic spot is in the desert, but in the past 2 years I have been live broadcasting oasis to everyone. Why don't I build a pure desert scenic spot, so that people who have never seen a desert can appreciate it? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen drove towards the cactus forest scenic area. Today's cactus forest scenic area is one of the scenic areas closest to the desert. Because of its relatively late construction time, the content of the scenic area is single, and the desert music world has not yet been opened. This scenic area has always been operating very bleakly, and now is the time to save it. Rushing to the cactus forest scenic area, Jiang Chen looked at the golden death desert behind the cactus forest scenic area, and began to ponder. How should this scenic area be built? Should we build a road directly in the desert? In this way, no one will come to see it. The live broadcast of the desert has already been broadcast, and if it is broadcasted now, there will definitely be no big effect. By the way, why don't I set up a desert hotel scenic area with the characteristics of Langmanin? Although it is no longer the era of nights, the night spirit in the bones of many Chinese people still exists. Jiang Chen thought of the night movies he watched when he was a child, and he was very excited when he thought of the inn in the desert. The inn in the desert, when the strong wind blew from the desert, the travelers passing by the desert hid in the inn. It would be great if such a scene could be reproduced. Okay, it's settled. Let's find a flat desert and build a few cabins first, Jiang Chen said, and drove towards the desert. After crossing one sand dune after another, Jiang Chen found a place that was particularly suitable for building a scenic spot more than 20 miles away from the eye of the desert. The desert here is golden yellow, and the sand is very fine and soft, which looks very beautiful. Not only that, there is a particularly high sandhill here, and when the wind blows over it, it will make bursts of noise, which is very strange. Jiang Chen knows that this kind of noise is said to be the cry of the suppressed ghosts in the desert, but Jiang Chen knows that there is no scientific basis for it. In Jiang Chen's grandfather's diary, the sound of sand was also described in this way. Singing sand is also called ringing sand, whistle sand or music sand. It is a strange but common natural phenomenon in the world. In the desert or sand dunes, due to the influence of various climatic and geographical factors, Fine sand particles mainly composed of quartz are formed. Due to the vibration of wind, sand slides or moves against each other, and many sand particles rotate in the airflow. The holes on the surface cause the diabolo effect, and the buzzing sound is called the singing sand land. Okay, this is a desert. Let's call this mountain Mengsha Mountain. Oh, a mountain alone is not enough. Let's add a lake. Jiang Chen thought of this and walked straight to the foot of Mengsha Mountain. There was a sunken open space at the foot of Mengsha Mountain, which was just right for building a lake. Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone and planted patches of desert reeds in the lake at the foot of Mengsha Mountain, and then planted Bermuda grass next to the reeds. When the green grass and reeds were planted, a magnificent landscape appeared in front of Jiang Chen. A layer of water vapor enveloped the reeds, and soon, the water vapor gathered into black clouds. There was no lightning in the clouds, but heavy rain fell. Can you imagine a heavy rain in a desolate desert? Yes, this kind of landscape appeared in front of Jiang Chen at this moment. There was wind blowing in the distance, and the reed forest made a rustling sound. The water mist blew on Jiang Chen's face, who was standing next to the lake, and Jiang Chen felt a little bit of coolness. The coolness here seemed particularly refreshing in the hot desert. Chapter 442 Emerald Lake in the Death Desert. The rainstorm in the desert lasted for nearly a whole morning before it ended. When the rainstorm stopped, a green lake appeared in front of Jiang Chen. From a distance, the green lake, like emerald in the golden world, was particularly eye-catching. Very good. With this Mengsha Mountain and a lake, this scenic spot is almost complete. By the way, I haven't given the True Face Lake a name yet. Speaking of naming, Jiang Chen looked at the lake in front of him. That was as green as emerald, and he instantly thought of a good name. Since you are so green, then you can call it Emerald Lake. After Jiang Chen's Emerald Lake was built, he did not build a piece of green land next to the lake, like he built Crescent Bay. Instead, he made the lakeside by a piece of yellow sand, so that people sitting by the yellow sand lake and looking at the green lake water would have a more vivid sense of contrast. Let's build some more wooden houses. With wooden houses, water, and Mengsha Mountain, this martial arts world will look beautiful. Jiang Chen said, and selected a few Song Dynasty in wooden houses from his wooden houses. After Jiang Chen scattered the wooden houses by the lake, it was already evening. In the evening, a golden sunset glow was reflected in the emerald green Emerald Lake. Jiang Chen stood by the sand pile by the lake, and he was very satisfied with the scenery in front of him. Okay, let's stop here today, and we can start broadcasting tomorrow. When Jiang Chen finished speaking and was about to turn around and leave, his mobile phone suddenly rang. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. Logically, no one should send him text messages at this moment. Is it that the pit system that sends me seeds again? Jiang Chen was very puzzled. Whenever he had money in his pocket, this guy would jump out and send him some seeds, earning all his money. Jiang Chen was wondering what he wanted to do with so much money. It's just a broken system. Does he have to pay to buy things on his own planet? Never mind. Let's see what seeds are given to me first. Jiang Chen reached out and opened his phone. His guess was right. It was the desert farming app that sent him new seeds. System prompt. Congratulations to the player for creating a new scenic spot. The system gives the player a new seed. Please check it out. What seed? Jiang Chen said, and clicked on the seed pavilion. This time the system gave him an ordinary seed. At the bottom of the seed pavilion lay a small tree species with white flowers. Could it be a pear tree? Jiang Chen said, and clicked on the seed introduction. Seed introduction. Desert begonia tree. This tree is a modified desert begonia tree. Desert begonia tree can adapt to life in extremely dry deserts and can also bloom one of the most beautiful flowers in the world. Begonia? Is it so awesome? Jiang Chen was familiar with begonia flowers. He once planted a begonia tree in front of his hometown. When the begonia flowers bloomed, the tree was full of white flowers. It was so beautiful. By the way, speaking of crab apples, if I stand next to the cabin and plant a desert crab apple, wouldn't it be more beautiful? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen took his phone and walked towards the cabin. When he walked to the cabin, Jiang Chen directly bought a dozen seeds and planted them next to the cabin. Fortunately, the price of this kind of tree is quite reasonable. A desert crab apple tree only costs 100 yuan, and the desert crab apples grown are all 20 years old. Jiang Chen finally understood that, since his roses shrank like a god, the seeds given to him by the system have been greatly discounted. It can't be considered a discount. In the past, the trees sold to him by the system were all 50 years old or even hundreds of years old. Now the trees sold to him are all 10 or 20 years old, so the price is naturally cheaper. However, when the desert crab apples were planted, looking at the crab apple trees that were 2 people tall, the tender green leaves were full of snow-white crab apple flowers, Jiang Chen nodded with satisfaction, which really made people feel that the money was well spent. After planting the crab apple flowers, Jiang Chen drove away from Emerald Lake. As the evening glow was thick, Jiang Chen suddenly had an idea. Since he wanted to build the cactus forest scenic area well, and now he had crab apples, why didn't he build a crab apple town in the cactus scenic area? Jiang Chen was never a procrastinator. Speaking of building a crab apple town, Jiang Chen began to study the location of the begonia town in the twilight. Today's cactus forest scenic area is a semicircular scenic area. When you come out of Cactus Avenue, you will see the Desert Eye scenic area. Going northwest of the Desert Eye scenic area is the Emerald Lake scenic area. Jiang Chen wanted to build the scenic area into a circular scenic area, so after some investigation, he decided to build the begonia town in the northwest of the scenic area. He drove resolutely along the sand dunes to the northwest. No more than 30 miles northwest of the Desert Eye, you can encounter a small plain. It is called a small plain, but the land is not very flat, but as a small village, there is no problem. Jiang Chen did not use a bulldozer to turn this area into a plain. He planted one desert crab apple after another according to the terrain. After planting the crab apples, he planted a small village of wooden houses among the crab apples. When all the wooden houses were planted, it was night. Under the starry sky at night, standing on the high sand dunes, you can see a white world everywhere. Jiang Chen lay in the wooden house with orange lights under the moonlight, and he began to calculate the expenses of the day. The begonia town is not big, with no more than 1,000 acres of land at most. It is less than half the area of the Sakura Bay scenic spot in the wooden house town. But even so, after the construction of this town, it cost nearly 20 million yuan. After calculating the bill, Jiang Chen relaxed his shoulders, and he was a little tired. Okay, there is one last thing. Let's start planting the road now. Once the road is built, the entire cactus forest scenic area will be completed. Jiang Chen said as he drove away from the begonia town. He planted a 4-lane highway directly from the begonia town, and then built it directly to the music world scenic area. After the road was built, he led a road from the Desert Eye scenic area directly to the Emerald Lake scenic area. When the roads were built, it was already 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The desert dawns very late. After Jiang Chen cooked some noodles casually, he lay in the car and fell asleep. When he woke up, it was already noon. The temperature in the desert at noon was very high. Specifically, Jiang Chen was awakened by the heat. After waking up, Jiang Chen subconsciously turned on his mobile phone and began to pay attention to the news of the new day. As soon as he turned on his mobile phone, Jiang Chen saw the news ranked first on the Kaiandu search list. The China Live Broadcast Association has issued a ban to Sahara Live, prohibiting Sahara Live from accepting Jiang Chen. The China Live Broadcast Association has also issued a ban to all well-known live broadcasters. Once it is discovered that someone has signed a contract with Sahara Live, the Live Broadcast Association will permanently blacklist them. How cruel, but are you crazy? Sahara Live is my company, does he dare to blacklist me? Chapter 443, Running into the Gunpoint. Jiang Chen did not read the comments on the search rankings for his ex. He directly clicked on Megu News. At this moment, the news about him in Megu News also occupied the top positions. Beijing Daily, Wooming Live platform has sent a contract application to major anchors in China. So far, no anchor has responded positively to this matter. Jiang Entertainment, the latest news is that Sahara Live has not signed a anchor to date. The reporter interviewed the relevant person in charge of the Chile Live platform. The relevant person in charge said that no anchor dares to risk being banned to sign a contract with a small border enterprise. Gossip. The reporter interviewed Mr. Lee, the person in charge of the Chile Live platform. Mr. Lee said that firing Jiang Chen was not his decision alone, but the opinion of all shareholders. When asked about Jiang Chen's revenge on Sahara, Mr. Lee smiled calmly. He said that, although Jiang Chen is the #1 outdoor anchor, because his live broadcast time is not fixed, and he is on a small live broadcast platform, so not many people will come to support his live broadcast. Roadside news. Sahara Live has challenged the leading live broadcast platforms, Mayoir and Chili Live, but Mayoir and Chili Live did not accept the challenge. They said that Sahara Live just wanted to use their popularity to hype itself. Shanghai Economic News. The vice president and general manager of the operations department who resigned from the Chili Live platform yesterday announced today that they have successfully joined Sahara Media Group. According to reporters, Zhang Wei has taken office as the general manager of Sahara Live company of Sahara Media Group, and Song Jiaqi has taken office as the content general manager of Sahara Live platform. Special Zone News. Today, reporters interviewed Zhang Wei, the general manager of Sahara Live, who was appointed in a critical situation. Zhang Wei said that coming to Sahara Live was the result of his repeated consideration regarding whether Sahara Live can withstand the pressure of the Live Association. Zhang Wei said that Sahara Live can not only withstand the pressure, but will defeat all the major live platforms to which Sahara Live belongs. Beijing News. Regarding the betrayal of Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi yesterday, Mr. Lee said that leaving Chile would be the most regrettable decision in their lives. Regarding Zhang Wei's statement that Sahara Live will replace Chili Live as the top brother in the domestic live broadcast industry, Mr. Lee said that this is just nonsense. Jiang Chen was stunned when he looked at the news. Why did Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi come to him? Why didn't anyone tell him about this? There was still some time before the broadcast started, so Jiang Chen was going to Sahara Live company to see what was going on. When Jiang Chen drove to Sahara Media Group had already moved all its subsidiaries to Yinan building. The only ones left were Sahara Live platform and My Sahara Story network. If these two network companies hadn't been working overnight to deal with Jiang Chen's live broadcast, they would have moved to Yinan building. When Jiang Chen arrived at Sahara Live platform company, Sahara Live company was busy. The technical department should continue to upgrade the server and ensure that at least 50 million people can be online at the same time. Zio Song, don't contact domestic live broadcasts for anchor matters. Go to Sahara Tourism College and recruit good-looking people there. Increase their salaries so that they will come to us. Advertising department, continue to hire internet users. I want to promote it all over the internet. Also send internet users to Chili Live and Mayoir Live. Make sure that when Jiang Chen starts live broadcasting, everyone in their live broadcast room knows it. On the second floor, Jiang Chen saw a familiar figure. That's right, it was none other than Zhang Wei, who had taken him to another job. Brother Jiang, why are you here? At this moment, Zia Donghae was sitting in his live broadcast company listening to Zhang Wei issuing orders to everyone. Zia Haidong had his own vision and achievements in the macro layout, but if he was asked to be in charge of a specific company, he seemed very strenuous. So when Zia Haidong heard that there was a conflict within the Chili Live platform, he spent a lot of money to poach Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi. Strangely enough, Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi originally wanted to leave the Chili Live broadcast platform. As soon as they heard that Jiang Chen had set up his own company, they came without saying a word. After Zia Donghae stood up and greeted him, Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi also looked at Jiang Chen at the door at the same time. Zhao Jiang, I'm sorry. We have a confidentiality agreement about the Mayoir Live broadcast platform, so we can't inform you in advance. After Zhang Wei finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled at him and said, it's okay, I understand. I'm very grateful that you can come to Sahara to help me. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he hugged Zhang Wei. Song Jiaqi looked at Jiang Chen over there, and a rare smile appeared on her cold face. Manager Song, thank you for coming to help me. I really didn't expect you to come, so I didn't go to welcome you. I'm really sorry. Won't you give me a hug? Song Jiaqi didn't say anything else. He looked at Jiang Chen and showed a charming smile. Jiang Chen also smiled and opened his arms, but Song Jiaqi crossed her arms and said, let's wait for now. Let's hug each other after we defeat Lady Olive. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, everyone laughed. Just as the few people met each other for the first time, there was a knock on the door. Along with the knock, a rough voice shouted, "Come out. Believe it or not, I will cut you right away. Why are you pulling me? Didn't I tell you? I'm here to apply for the anchor position. Let me tell you, I'm the #1 outdoor male anchor of Mayoaya. Don't talk nonsense. What's your turn with our brother Jiang there? Get out of here quickly, or don't blame me for being rude. Let go of me. I'm telling you that it was brother Jiang who asked me to come. If you pull me again, I'll fall to the ground." The quarrel at the door became louder and louder. Zahedong frowned. He pushed the door open with a bang. Orphan young man stood outside the door. He was arguing with the security guard. "What's going on? General manager, this guy wants to apply to be our anchor. People have already found out when he was downstairs, and he was arrested and put in jail. Our company doesn't want people like him." After the security guard finished speaking, the young man looked at Zahedong and shouted, "Are you the general manager? Brother Jiang personally promised me that, as long as I get out, he will let me be the anchor. And even if you don't pay me this time, I will still be the anchor. I just want to compete with Mao Ya." "What are you competing for? If you don't meet our requirements, just leave. Even if we are in need of anchors, we can't recruit prisoners." "That's right. Sahara is in need of anchors at the moment, but the Human Resources Department of Sahara Group has clearly stipulated that employees with bad records or criminal records will be fired and refuse to be hired. Isn't this guy walking into trouble?" Chapter 444. Everything for the new order. The young man at the Sahara duty door looked familiar to him. When the young man saw Jiang Chen, he suddenly squeezed towards Jiang Chen. "My idol is me, the former Tiger Teeth #1. Do you remember? At that time, when you were broadcasting live, you said that, as long as I came out, you would let me hang out with you." Jiang Chen remembered Cat Teeth #1 instantly. That's right, this guy was the anchor that ZHU's group had hired to discredit him, but later he turned back and reported ZHU Chang and others. When he was in the live broadcast room, he helped himself out and admired him very much, so Jiang Chen seemed to have said this. "It's you." Leozar was accepted. Although this guy had done bad things before, he was still very courageous. And he was shameless in live broadcasting, which could attract many fans. "I told you, tell me where to apply for employment. I'm about to start live broadcasting, Jiang Chen. I'll warm you up first, and I promise that the place will be very comfortable when you start live broadcasting later." After Cat Teeth #1 finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. When the security guard saw that this guy was accepted, he sighed and took Mayoaya to go through the employment process. As soon as the formalities were completed, Mayoaya started live streaming in the scenic area with his mobile phone. It's true that Mayoaya is really capable. After the official account was opened for him in the background, his live streaming room attracted nearly 3,000 tourists in less than half an hour. Although more than 3,000 tourists are already very few in the live streaming industry, you have to know that this is a newly established Sahalive. When Mayoaya was warming up the live streaming in the scenic area, everyone at the Sahalive headquarters was also making the final mobilization and deployment for Jiang Chen's live streaming. Just as Song Jiaqi and others were escorting Jiang Chen was already driving towards the scenic spot where he was going to live stream. The evening soon arrived, and the sunset covered the sky again in the desert giant column cactus forest scenic area. When Sahalive was turned on in the morning, the entire Sahalive was full of his advertisements. When Jiang Chen entered the live broadcast room, the moment he turned on the camera, nearly 100,000 fans had already flooded into his live broadcast room. Song Chachu, it's great to finally be able to see Jiang's live broadcast again. I won't say anything else. Let's give him some tips first. Young man, from now on, you should stay on Sahalive. We fans all come here to watch your live broadcast. After a group of fans sent out greetings, a series of tips soon filled the entire screen. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. From today on, I will switch to Sahalive. I hope everyone can support me on Sahalive. Young man in the wind, is this even necessary? We must support. When Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was opened, the most nervous thing at the moment was the Chile live broadcast platform. At the headquarters of the Chile live broadcast platform, General Manager Lee was with ZHU Zion. They looked at the various data on the screen at the moment and talked and laughed. President, look, he said he was the #1 outdoor live broadcaster, but now he only has more than 400,000 fans when he starts broadcasting. Look at any of our small anchors, they have more than 1 million fans. Today, President Lee has completely changed. Now he has received various investments from the ZHU group, and he has the money to invite various big name celebrities to broadcast live. Of course, the more important thing is that his opponents have become his friends. So he firmly believes that on the road of live broadcasting, even without Jiang Chen's support, he can make LGO go better. We should have done this a long time ago. Since Jiang Chen came to our live broadcast room, the order of our live broadcast industry has been disrupted by him alone. Now all our live broadcast platforms have returned to normal, which is what the fans want. After ZHU's Yuan finished speaking, several people beside him followed suit to flatter him. What the president said is that in the future, none of our platforms will sign contracts with mavericks like Jiang Chen. This is good news for each of our platforms. By the way, President, I heard that Sahara is Jiang Chen's company. It seems that he wants to fight a protracted war with us. When ZHU's group purchased Chili Live, the host was elected as the first president of the Live Association. So at this moment, ZHU's Anying was in high spirits. Can Sahara Live also fight a protracted war with us? How can he fight a protracted war with us? That's right, their website has no popularity now, no anchor, and only one Jiang Chen. Can an anchor live broadcast 24 hours a day? After several people finished speaking, they all laughed. At this moment, not only the people in the Live Association laughed at Jiang Chen, but even the media in all aspects of the news were not optimistic about Jiang Chen. In Migu News, after Jiang Chen started live broadcasting, almost all the news was related to Jiang Chen. Entertainment news, Jiang Chen, a famous outdoor live broadcaster who loves farming, met with a cold reception in his first live broadcast in Sahara. On weekdays, when Jiang Chen broadcasts live on Chili Live, there are at least 20 million people online. Now, after more than 10 minutes, there are only 300,000 or 400,000 people online in the live broadcast room in the early morning. Lubianch News, the bet between Zhang Wei, general manager of Sahara Live, and Chili Live platform may end in a disastrous defeat for Sahara Live. Will Zhang Wei, general manager of Sahara Live, beg for mercy from Chili Live in public? Let's wait and see. Shangjing Entertainment Morning News, Jiang Chen's first live broadcast will face the challenge of China's 4 major actresses and 4 major actors. Every scenic spot in Sahara has been broadcast live by Jiang Chen. What else can Jiang Chen have to challenge China's traffic leader? When all the doubts were thrown at Jiang Chen at this moment had no doubts about his live broadcast. Today I will take you to appreciate a brand new scenic spot. Now follow me to set off. At 5 PM, the sky in China was already dark, but the scenic spot was still bright. After Jiang Chen turned on the camera of his mobile phone, a golden desert appeared in front of everyone without any preparation. Crazy talk. Wow, the desert under the sunset is so desolate. I don't know how long I haven't seen the desert. Walk gently. It seems that this desert is a purely wild desert, and there is no trace of artificial development at all. Pineapple, this must be the death desert. Host, are you going to take us to see the death desert? Little Pepper, what's so good about the desert? You don't have anything to broadcast live, do you? If there is nothing to broadcast live, don't waste our time, okay? Oriental News, host, if you don't show some real skills, I'm afraid you can't beat Chili Live today. Now the popularity of any young actress in Chili Live has exceeded 10 million. Chapter 445, The Mysterious White Tree in the Desert of Death. Speaking of showing real skills, Jiang Chen smiled. Now it is Chili and Mayoa who have to show their real skills, okay? Those media who like to stir up trouble, don't worry. Do you think Chili and Mayoa can beat me? Happy morning news. Can't you tell if you can beat them by comparing? They all invited popular traffic stars. They have their own traffic. What about you? You only have your own live broadcast platform. You are broadcasting those old-fashioned things. How can you compare with them? Chunjiang Daily, that's right, their website traffic is 10 million times yours. Let's see how you embarrass yourself today. Okay, let's speak with strength. Everyone, please look, this is a new scenic spot I will broadcast live to you today. I'm not bragging, as long as you are willing to watch my live broadcast, I can guarantee that I will broadcast new things to you every day. These people should not think that the desert is nothing but yellow sand. Their limited thinking will make them speak in a ridiculous and ignorant way. As Jiang Chen's camera moved forward, everyone first saw a crabapple tree appearing in a pile of yellow sand. The crabapple tree was so beautiful. At the entrance of a golden sand ditch, it stood proudly like that. Its white flowers stood out against the golden desert. Song Yai, oh my god, what kind of tree is that? Such a beautiful tree, standing in such a desolate desert, is really strong. Angel Ameli, the anchor keeps going forward and sees what else is in the valley. The wind-like man, that's right, the anchor. Don't stop, don't pay attention to these stupid self-media. Take us to the sand ditch to have a look. I suddenly have a hunch that there must be trees with white flowers in the sand ditch. Little pig, is this tree a fake tree? I believe that you can grow trees in your scenic area. After all, there are only lawns there, but in this desolate desert, if you can grow trees, I will kneel down to you. A tree in the desert attracted everyone's attention. Jiang Chen knew that he would succeed again this time. Okay, since everyone is so interested, please help me promote it. As long as the number of people in a live broadcast room reaches 2 million, I will lead everyone into the valley in front. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and he broadcast the vast and boundless death desert in the live broadcast room again. The wind in the distance swept up layers of fine sand from the desert. The whistling sound of the wind could be heard in the live broadcast room. Even in the evening, the temperature of the desert had not dropped yet, and everyone could still see a ray of light in the desert. Zaoaha, as usual, go and pull people over. Come on, everyone. Pull 10 people over, and soon we will exceed 2 million. The fans quickly retreated like a tide. When there were only tens of thousands of fans left in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room, Xia Heidong became anxious. He looked at Jiang Chen's live broadcast room and asked repeatedly, "What's going on? What's going on? Do they not like the content of the live broadcast? Why are the fans dropping so much?" Xia Heidong had never watched Jiang Chen's live broadcast. He had been watching the data in the background. What surprised him was that the data in the background had been increasing exponentially, but it suddenly dropped, which really caught Xia Heidong off guard. "General Manager, it's okay. There is no problem with the live broadcast. Just sit back and watch the show." Zhang Wei, the manager of the live broadcast platform, was not only not in a hurry, but also slowly picked up the coffee and drank it. Xia Heidong was even more puzzled when he saw that Zhang Wei did not seem to be in a hurry at all. "Old Zhang, you can't be so calm. Think of a way quickly. Look at the Chile live broadcast platform. Their visits have reached 50 million now. Our entire platform can't even catch up with their fraction. What's more, it is evening time in China, and now is the time when most people watch live broadcasts. If they can't attract visitors at this point, then they will really fail miserably. Okay, I'll arrange for the technical department to upgrade the server so that it can accommodate at least 90 million people online at the same time." After Zhang Wei finished speaking, Xia Heidong was furious. "What server upgrade? Now there are not even 100,000 people. What's the point of upgrading the server? Hurry up, find a group of netizens to advertise for me everywhere." After Xia Heidong finished speaking, Song Jiaqi persuaded him, "Don't worry, General Manager, we are used to this kind of thing. Those fans are not watching Jiang Zhe's live broadcast, they just go to promote Jiang Zhe." Sure enough, less than 5 minutes after Jiang Chen's fans left, the popularity of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room began to grow explosively. "General Manager, the number of people online in the live broadcast room has exceeded 500,000, and the growth rate is so fast. Very good. Now spend money to buy hot searches and quickly push Jiang Chen to the hot search list." After Xia Heidong finished speaking, all the people in the publicity department began to mobilize. They first bombarded the news that Jiang Chen had started live broadcasting on major platforms. Not only that, they also paid off the internet trolls to directly push the news of Jiang Chen's live broadcast to the top of the Kaiandu hot search list. Call President Guan and tell Sahara Communication Company to bombard the site with text messages. Also, my Sahara Story Network will put Jiang Chen's advertisement on the full screen. After Dong finished speaking, the deputy manager called Guan Ku, the president of Sahara Group. After the call was connected, the vice president told Guan Ku the news of Jiang Chen's live broadcast, and Guan Ku also started to get busy. News point. You need an attractive news point as the title. Got it. Just say that a big tree full of white flowers was found in the depths of the Death Desert, and the outdoor live broadcast leader is about to enter the valley to explore the unknown inside story of the Death Desert. Okay, use this news point to bombard the entire network. Take action immediately, no matter how much it costs. This time you must make Sahara live popular for me. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Sahara Communication Company directly released a link to nearly 700,000 users, saying that a big tree full of white flowers was found in the Death Desert. At the same time, my Sahara Story Network also put the screenshot of the tree that Jiang Chen took on the entire screen. Not only that, the major water army launched the news that a mysterious white sacred tree was found in the desert in major forums. It is said that when Jiang Chen was seriously broadcasting the desert live, Chile live, Maoa live and Guanmin live were all scared. Fuck, what's going on? Bossly, now there are water armies in all the live broadcast rooms that have been posted about the white sacred tree found in the Death Desert, and all the fans have run away. What white tree? What kind of white sacred tree was found in the Death Desert? What kind of white tree can there be in the Death Desert? Not to mention others, even the president of Chile live, Bossly, couldn't help but want to open Jiang Chen's live broadcast room after roaring to see what kind of white tree Jiang Chen found. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 446, So Wicked. It has to be said that the people of Sahara Group are really awesome. The gimmick they found about the white sacred tree quickly ignited the entire network. At this moment, at the headquarters of Sahara Live platform, Zhang Wei looked at the increase of hundreds of thousands of views on the background of Sahara Live platform, and a smile appeared on his face. General Manager, our online number has exceeded 6 million, and it is still growing. Okay, we must use everyone's curiosity to thoroughly copy this matter for me. Propaganda Department, invest another 2 million in advertising for me, and tell them that there may be other miracles in the valley behind the sacred tree, and there may even be ancient sacred beasts there. General Manager, this is not good. No one will believe us if we say so. Do you know what is in the valley? I don't know, and Brother Jiang didn't tell us what is in it. Isn't that okay? You don't know, and no one knows, so this can attract people to come and take a look. Okay, stop talking, and quickly invest in advertising for me. After Dong finished speaking, the deputy general manager nodded and made arrangements. With the arrangement of Dong and the manager of Sahara Group, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room quickly reached 7 million popularity, which is equivalent to 70 million popularity of Chile live. You should know that Sahara live and Chile live have different definitions of popularity. Chile live's popularity is based on the original multiplication of 10, but Sahara live is different. Sahara live's popularity is the number of online users. Looking at so many fans, Jiang Chen knew that Sahara live could only help him so far. Whether he could keep these fans now depends on his own ability. Okay, now the number of fans is enough. It's time to go to the valley. At this moment, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was full of messages, and these messages were nothing more than asking him to hurry into the valley to see what was inside. Jiang Chen took his mobile phone and stepped on the soft sand, step by step towards the valley. As soon as he entered the entrance of the valley, there was a gust of cool wind in the valley. After all, it was evening, and the feeling of dryness soon dissipated. Look, this tree really grew out of the desert, not planted there artificially. Can anyone guess what kind of tree it is? When Jiang Chen walked to the side of the crabapple tree, he zoomed in the lens and started taking photos of the crabapple tree from the roots. Dr. Dong Li, this is a crabapple tree. But I wonder how a crabapple tree can grow in the desert. And you see these crabapple trees, their flowers are so bright and much bigger than other crabapple trees, which proves that this crabapple tree is not lacking in nutrients. Daleo Diaro, who cares what kind of tree it is, it's a good looking tree anyway. Jiang Chen raised his phone, and the red sunset glowed through the white crabapple flowers, which was a bit dazzling. The white and tender crabapple flowers looked even more beautiful in the golden sunset. Leo Zhu, you said this tree is real. So it's real. Why does it look so mysterious to me? Break off a branch and let us see it. News highlights. Anchor. How can you prove that this book is real? Do you have a certificate from a relevant expert? I don't have any expert certificates here. If you want to know whether it's true or not, you can go back and see it for yourself. I'll tell you here that starting tomorrow, this place will be open to tourists. If you want to know whether it's true or not, you can come and see it for yourself. If you don't even want to pay for the ticket, then you don't have to pay for it. Jiang Chen has always been rude to these self-media. He has always treated these self-media who like to manipulate right and wrong, and like to make headlines as dogs. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the self-media stopped talking. After they stopped talking, Jiang Chen continued to take his phone and set off. From the first crabapple tree, walk all the way to the valley. There is a piece of yellow sand blowing in the wind all around. Not far into the valley, you can see a crabapple tree blooming on the hillside. The white flowers on the tree seem like a guide. Big soldier, there is another tree on the sand slope. Wait, did you hear any strange sounds? Fang Dengzi, I heard it. It seems like a whistle. Is there really a monster in the desert? Pineapple, the anchor's life is more important, so don't go in. This is obviously a monster luring you to give up your life. At this moment, Jiang Chen also heard the whistling sound. He stood in the valley, and the setting sun stretched his shadow very long. At this moment, he was the only one in the whole desert, which seemed a little scary. Yes, it seems to be the sound of whistling. One thing I can be sure of is that there must be no one else in this desert. This is a death desert that no one has ever set foot on. Jiang Chen had just finished speaking when his live broadcast room suddenly exploded. Arctic Ocean. Damn it, at such a critical moment, why was I suddenly squeezed out? At this moment, there were far more people who cursed this sentence than Arctic Ocean. In the streets and alleys of China, in the high-rise buildings, and in the snack streets, almost everyone looked at their phones and cursed at the same time. General Manager, isn't it a bit unethical for us to do this? At the headquarters of Sahara, when the technicians forced all the tourists out of the live broadcast room, the technical director asked with some reluctance, is it unethical? I don't think it's unethical. For this live broadcast, I invested more than 3 million in advertising fees. We are open for business. If our registration volume can't keep up, and the advertising can't be pulled down, who will compensate me for the 3 million? At this moment, Xia Heidong lit a cigarette in his hand, and he sat on the boss's stool and smoked slowly. Xia Heidong smoked comfortably, but Zhang Wen's face was very ugly at the moment. This guy was thinking about the registration volume everywhere, and he didn't understand the user's feelings at all. Okay, hurry up. Everyone's page pops up a registration button, and registration is simple. Now you only need to register your name and password, and let them improve the rest in the background later. In order to retain fans, Zhang Wen quickly gave orders to the technical staff. The technical staff also hurriedly opened the registration page on the Sahara app and the Sahara web page. Time passed little by little. When Jiang Chen's live broadcast room dropped from 7 million to 400,000 or 500,000, and then rose from 400,000 or 500,000 to 7 million again. Jiang Chen had already arrived at the foot of Mingsha Mountain. Go up the mountain to fight the tiger. Damn, I didn't miss anything. This crappy live broadcast website, why did it let me go out and re-register and log in at this most critical moment? Little flying cat, that's right, it's too crappy. I was watching the tense moment and suddenly kicked me out of the live broadcast room and then asked me to register. I registered an account today just to scold you. Big wave. To crappy, Anchor, I heard that you are the boss of this live broadcast. Go back and kick the general manager 10 times. Chapter 447, The lowliest man is invincible. Although so many people were scolding Xia Heidong had already opened champagne to celebrate in advance. This person is so mean that ordinary people can't do anything to him. General manager, others are scolding you. At least 7 or 8 million people are scolding you now. Zhang Wei looked at the data and said to Xia Heidong. Xia Heidong poured a glass of champagne and took a sip and said, "Let them scold. Look at the background. Now our registration volume has reached 8 million. What does this mean? This is a miracle in the history of the internet. We have 8 million registered users on the first day of our establishment. Who dares to say that I, Xia Heidong, can't afford to build a website in the future?" After Xia Heidong finished speaking, even Song Jiaqi couldn't help but whispered, "Your 8 million registrations are all taken advantage of. It's not glorious to say it out loud. What's there to boast about?" At this moment at the foot of Mingsha Mountain, Jiang Chen was also a little amused after learning that Xia Donghe had kicked all the unregistered fans out of the live broadcast room. Jiang Chen knew he had to calm everyone down after he saw the screen full of comments asking him to fire the general manager of Sahara. "Okay, stop cursing and show some understanding for our Sahara. Our live streaming company was established a short time ago and has insufficient funds. Now we are asking everyone to register an account. Anyway, everyone will come to Sahara to watch live streaming in the future, so please show some understanding for him." Jiang Chen spoke well of the shameless Xia Heidong, but the fans disagreed. "Big Caterpillar, no. We will never show some understanding for him. It's too much. He kicked us out at this most critical moment. Fortunately, we didn't miss the most crucial thing. Otherwise I would go to Sahara with a knife and chop him. Flathead brother, we must make him bleed. Otherwise we won't feel relieved." Jiang Chen saw a group of fans so indignant, and he knew that there must be a lot of media on the internet who were leading their rhythm. "Okay, then I'll make them bleed. For those friends who registered in the background just now, I'll have the technicians send you a coupon in the background. It's already midsummer in your mainland. It's so hot in summer. Take this coupon to Sahara shop and buy a bottle of Sahara mineral water for 10 yuan to cool down." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of fans became excited. "Big face cat, the anchor is so generous. At least 6 or 7 million people registered accounts in the background just now. With this coupon, at least tens of millions of income will be lost. Red star shining. No, one bottle of water can't quench my thirst. I'm watching the live broadcast with my partner, so we must have 2 bottles of water. Otherwise, who will be responsible if we fight and break up?" "Little donkey, that's right. How can 1 bottle of water quench our anger? 2 bottles of water can." Now that summer has arrived, after a year of promotion, Crescent Bay Shakwan Water has gone from being a known to a very popular high-end mineral water brand. So after Jiang Chen finished speaking, the fans started to bargain with him. "Okay, I'll have the backstage send you 2 coupons later. Jiang Chen's Shakwan water is expensive, but the cost is very low. Even if it is sold at 10 yuan a bottle, after deducting the shipping cost, he can still make 2 or 3 yuan from this bottle. So even if he issues coupons for more than 10 million bottles of mineral water, Jiang Chen can still make a lot of money." The man like the wind. "Okay, I'm already walking towards Sahara's shop. If I'm not mistaken, Sahara's Shakwan water will definitely be sold out in less than 2 hours. Giant panda, hahaha, just as I thought. I'm going over there too. I'll drink Shakwan water while watching your live broadcast later. It's so cool." After a group of people finished talking, the phone rang at the headquarters of Sahara Live platform. Jiang Chen called Sahara Live platform in front of everyone and asked them to issue coupons in the backstage. Sahara Live platform had just issued coupons, and those who had just registered were not happy again. "3 brothers, I heard that you can get a Shakwan water coupon if you register here. Is it true? I have already registered. Where can I get the coupon?" "Floor tile, get your sister. If you don't watch the live broadcast, why did you register?" "Black Dragon Pond King, why didn't I receive a coupon in my backstage?" "Anchor, you are being unfair. This king is going to be angry." "Pingyang Xiaosheng, I just came back from the construction site. I love watching your live broadcast the most. I'm late. Can the account I registered now give me a bottle of Shakwan water coupon?" My son likes to drink that water very much, but I don't have money to buy it. Today is his birthday, and I don't have money to buy him a cake, so just give me a coupon. Jiang Chen accidentally saw Pingyang Xiaosheng's message. I don't know why his eyes suddenly became wet. Once upon a time, he also liked to drink. At that time, he dreamed of drinking it. It was just that he was too poor at that time. His parents were missing in the desert, his uncles and aunts were all bullying him, and his grandmother was hunched over doing heavy farm work in the land every day. How could she afford to buy him drinks? Okay, from now on, all friends who register for Sahara will get 2 coupons for Crescent Bay Shakwan water. In addition, Pingyang Xiaosheng, please report your address to the backstage. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he quickly edited a message to the backstage. The backstage was also stunned after receiving the message. Order a super large cake for Pingyang Xiaosheng and send him 5 boxes of Shakwan water. After Jiang Chen finished editing the message, he started live broadcasting again. Everyone, listen, the sound is getting louder and louder now, and it sounds like the whistle sounded during the war in ancient times. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, some of his fans had already recognized that this was the sound of Mingxia. Autumn leaves fall silently. I know, you hear this sound is getting more and more dense, and it is on that piece of beach. Needless to say, this must be Mingxia. Cactus tree, yes, this is Mingxia. Host, you are awesome. You actually found Mingxia Mountain. As long as you develop it into a tourist attraction, there will definitely be a lot of people going there. Desert smoke, wow, this is the legendary Mingxia Mountain. It's really amazing. I really want to go and see it. Jiang Chen saw that everyone had recognized Mingxia Mountain, so he didn't hide anything. He introduced the origin of Mingxia Mountain to everyone. Yes, this piece is Mingxia, and I named this mountain Mingxia Mountain. If anyone is interested in Mingxia, you can check it out on the encyclopedia. Now I will live broadcast a close-up of Mingxia Mountain for friends who have never seen it. Chapter 448, The First Garbage in the Outdoors. In the live broadcast room, Jiang Chen broadcasted the Mingxia Mountain to everyone. He first broadcasted the size of the entire Mingxia Mountain from a distance, and then moved the camera forward to let everyone take a closer look at the uniqueness of the sand in Mingxia Mountain. When Jiang Chen finished broadcasting the Mingxia Mountain scenic area, it was still early. At this moment, the popularity of his live broadcast room has approached 11 million. Little tiger, the miracle you broadcasted to us is not just a sand mountain that can make noise, right? If that's all, you'd better admit defeat quickly, because we are about to run away. New Point Entertainment, I can say that your scenic spot has nothing to see. It's not beautiful at all, and there is no miracle. As long as it is a desert, there will be Mingxia Mountain. Let's go and see the young actresses. After a group of water army led the rhythm, soon even Jiang Chen's fans began to question it. Young man, it shouldn't be. Every time Jiang Chen takes out a new scenic spot, it is very shocking. This time there shouldn't be only a Mingxia Mountain. Dadaofu, although it's a little disappointing, Jiang Chen must have tried his best. We are a little bit too demanding of him. You know, it's a dead desert. Little cutie, that's right, it's a dead desert. Being able to stand in it and broadcast live to everyone is a miracle in itself. Why do you have to ask for such high standards? Little orange light emotion report. If you don't have the diamond drill, don't take on porcelain work. Look at the live broadcast of Leguo. They invested tens of millions to sign the leading actress. Look at you. You just found a broken mountain and want to fool us? Jiang Chen's live broadcast room soon quarreled. Jiang Chen would not let those people laugh at him easily. You think too much. He invested tens of millions, such a small amount of money, and still wants to compete with me. I can crush them in minutes, believe it or not. After Chen finished speaking, some water army began to attack Jiang Chen. Big fat peanut, you are so fucking good at bragging. Do you know how hard they work? Do you know how hard it is for others to shoot a movie? Little orange Tangtan emotion. If you have money, then you can make a better thing for everyone to broadcast live. You have nothing to broadcast live, but you are here to have a water fight with everyone. Do you deserve to be called the #1 outdoor live broadcast? I think you should just be called the #1 outdoor garbage. After Xianaju finished talking about love, everyone was instantly surprised. At this moment, even Xianaju didn't react, the whole screen was filled with wow. Jiang Chen didn't waste any more words on those people. He slid down along Mengsha Mountain. After sliding down Mengsha Mountain, what appeared in front of him was a vast emerald lake. At this moment, the setting sun was reflected in the emerald lake, and the sparkling emerald lake was shining with layers of golden light. A large lake of nearly 100 acres suddenly appeared in the desert, which was amazing enough. What's more, the water is extremely clear, and because there is a green lawn under the water, it looks like a huge green emerald embedded in the golden world. Big cat, wow, this water is really clear. Xianayamengayu, such a big lake, even if the water is pumped from a distance, it will take several days and nights. No, even if it takes several days and nights to pump, it is impossible to store such a large pool of water in the desert. Xiaoju is talking about feelings. Can you repeat what you said? Jiang Chen didn't dare to say anything after Xiaoju talked about feelings. He knew that, although Argyle Live spent tens of millions to sign the 4 major actresses. However, you can't handle the lake in front of you, even if you invest hundreds of millions. Pasabier, Xiaoju is an idiot when it comes to feelings. Brother Jiang, as long as you say a word, I will take my brothers to destroy his lair now. Fighting and killing are things that children do. Although Jiang Chen is already 20 years old, he is no longer a simple 20-year-old child. Forget it, it's dirty to beat up this kind of trash. Jiang Chen had just finished speaking when someone suddenly sent a message in his barrage. After that message came, the entire screen was soon filled with likes. Hahaha, you never expected it? Xianaju was sitting at my barbecue stall eating supper, and I poured a pot of hot pot ingredients on him without saying a word. Now Xianaju is talking about love, and this idiot has been scolded to death. Daffy. 666. Tell me where your hot pot restaurant is, and I will bring my brothers to support your business in the future. He wants to be happy. I won't say anything. Tell me the address quickly. I will bring my brothers to eat there immediately. Spicy hot pot restaurant on Anyang Street, Changcheng. Brothers come over. I set up a projector directly in front of my barbecue stall, and brothers watch the live broadcast while eating hot pot. As long as you come to watch the live broadcast, I will give you a discount. A small episode made Jiang Chen a little embarrassed. He didn't know whether he should support spicy hot pot. However, it must be said that the low-key fact that Xianaju was poured with hot pot when talking about love really makes people feel refreshed. Okay, let's get back to the topic. Today I will focus on introducing the lake in front of you. This lake is called Emerald Lake because such a green lake is like a huge piece of emerald in the desert, so I call it Emerald Lake. Jiang Chen came over after speaking. In order to let everyone experience the beauty of Emerald Lake more intuitively, Jiang Chen also specially prepared a small wooden boat by the lake. After Jiang Chen boarded the small wooden boat, he gently paddled the boat in the rippling Emerald Lake. When Jiang Chen slid to the middle of the lake, he took his mobile phone and live streamed the Emerald Lake. I fly. Wow, such light lake water. The whole boat is reflected in the water, and the whole sunset is also reflected in the water. Such clear water really makes it difficult for people to tell where is the water and where is the sky. Starry sky in the grid. Hahaha, the boat seems to be flying in the sky. I suddenly remembered the photo of a child rowing a boat that was circulated on the internet. It turns out that there is such a magical place in the world. Isn't it true? Because the lake water is particularly clear, the water seems to be non-existent. At this moment, the boat on the lake seemed to be floating on the Emerald Lake. Main theme, under the golden sunset, a lake in the desert of death, a boat, and if there is an old man wearing a straw raincoat, this is simply a martial arts world. Green bricks and green tiles. Yes, isn't this the scenery that can only be found in the martial arts world? Especially with the crab apple tree at the entrance of the valley. It is simply amazing. Wholeheartedly. Host, is your scenic spot open to the public? How much is the ticket? I want to go to your scenic spot now and experience it on the lake. Jiang Chen rowed his boat and slid towards the other end of the Emerald Lake little by little under the golden sunset. In this quiet and uninhabited world, Jiang Chen really looks like a master hidden among the people, and talking about money with him at this moment is really vulgar. Chapter 449, One Mountain, One Lake, One World. The Emerald Lake Scenic Area and the Mingsha Mountain Scenic Area are all included in the Cactus Forest World Scenic Area. If you want to come and play, you only need to spend 500 yuan on tickets to visit the Cactus Forest World, the Super Wind Cannon, the Desert Ice Scenic Area, and of course the 2 new attractions I brought to you. Talking about money is a bit vulgar, but Jiang Chen needs this money to build a better scenic area, so everything is not vulgar. Big Tiger, okay, if you put it that way, what reason do I have not to go and see it? Crazy world, this is too cheap. Nothing more to say, hurry up and buy tickets and go. In China, let alone a scenic area as big as the Cactus Forest World, even a small Emerald Lake Scenic Area can become a 5-star scenic area. And Jiang Chen here combines so many attractions together for such a small price, which is really cost effective. While Jiang Chen was talking and laughing with everyone, his boat also slid to the other side of the river. After landing, Jiang Chen pointed his mobile phone directly at the several night wooden houses on the shore. Everyone looked at the wooden houses that appeared in the yellow sand, and the fans went crazy again. Boss, please walk slowly, Dragon Gaten is definitely Dragon Gaten. Zaya KDO, hahaha, I was still hesitating, but when I saw this inn, I didn't say anything. I have already bought the plane ticket. Indeed, the inn that appeared in front of them looked very much like the desert inns in various martial arts movies, and Jiang Chen prepared it in this way. When Jiang Chen walked to the inn, the wind blew up a piece of sand and hit the plaque next to the wooden house. The little sand that the wind blew up was really like a movie, especially when Jiang Chen walked to a crabapple tree full of flowers next to the wooden house. The white crabapple flowers, the barren desert, the ancient inn, and the red lantern swaying in the wind on the inn. Every frame and every second in Jiang Chen's mobile phone seemed like a painting. At this moment, let alone the fans, when the sunset fell on the inn, even Jiang Chen was stunned by the scenery in front of him. The world was rarely quiet, and at this moment all the fans forgot what they were busy with. The hot pots of the people who were having supper kept bubbling, and their chopsticks didn't pick up the food for a long time. The good brothers who were drinking didn't even notice that the wine was spilled all over the floor. Not only them, but Zia Heidong, who was at the headquarters of Sahara, didn't even notice that the coffee in his hand had gone cold. He just stared blankly at Jiang Chen's live broadcast on the screen in the distance, and his whole body was in a state of yearning. Fuck, why are you still standing there? Hurry up and take screenshots. Finally, Zhang Wenli shouted, and soon the people in the technical department started to take screenshots frantically. Every picture they took could be used as a computer screensaver, or even as a painting, and it would be beautiful to hang them at home. Hurry up and make an album exhibition and post it to my Sahara Story network. After Jiang Chen's live broadcast ends, whether my Sahara Story network can become popular depends entirely on this. After Zia Heidong realized it, he quickly shouted to everyone. Soon, those people in the technical department quickly made a special topic of the screenshots and posted them in the discussion area of my Sahara Story network. In the evening, Jiang Chen walked in the lonely desert inn. When he turned around, he saw the emerald green lake. This is the scenic spot of the night's world that I want to broadcast live to you. These inns are built in imitation of martial arts novels. When you come, you can choose to stay in the inn, and then you can experience the world of knights who eat meat and drink wine in big bowls. Jiang Chen was right. This is what he planned. When tourists come, he will decorate this place like the Dragon Gate Inn, and all the chefs and waiters in it will wear ancient costumes, and all the meals in it will be based on the meals of ancient times. Eat meat and drink wine in big mouthfuls. This is the dream of many people. But in recent years, life has become better, and people can no longer eat meat and drink wine in big mouthfuls, because their bodies can't stand it. But Jiang Chen believes that they can eat meat and drink wine in big mouthfuls here without worry, because when they stay in the night's inn, they must have been sightseeing all day, and are very tired. When people are tired, they tend to eat more. In addition, Jiang Chen provided them with beef, pork and mutton from pure farmers in the grassland scenic area. Even the wine was Wanjiang wine brewed from pure grains. Even if everyone got drunk, they would never have a headache. In the evening, Jiang Chen wanted to take everyone to see his begonia town again. But the sunset had already set. It was dark when they arrived at Begonia Town. It was obviously not a wise move to see begonia flowers at night. So Jiang Chen simply climbed onto the roof of the inn and broadcast the sunset live to everyone. The sunset in the desert is beautiful and spectacular. There is a description in ancient poems. The desert is lonely and the smoke is straight, and the long river is setting. The sunset in front of Jiang Chen at this moment is like this. The round red sun fell bit by bit at the end of the sky. The loneliness of the whole world and the tragic grandeur of the desert merged together, which can really touch every part of a person's heart. When it was completely dark, a round moon rose in the sky. Under the silver moonlight, the desert is another beautiful sight. The distant Mengsha mountain still emits whistle sounds, and the plaque of the inn is still clacking in the wind. Standing next to the moonlit crabapple flowers, the wind blows over the silent emerald lake, blowing coolly on people. Jiang Chen folded his arms and walked quietly by the emerald lake, watching the round moon reflected in the water. He walked and the moon followed him. The world is so quiet, and Jiang Chen also enjoys the peace of the night. Heavenly sound. Oh my god, I never believed in fairyland before, but today I believe it. Kitten loves fishing. I don't know how many years I haven't experienced this kind of tranquility. Watching your live broadcast, watching the sunset go down little by little, watching the moon reflected in the lake, my whole heart calmed down. Literary youth, I think that human life is actually very short. Really, sometimes we really should abandon those tedious work, abandon all those unhappy things, just pack up and walk in such a night, take a spiritual journey. Isn't this what we should pursue? Jiang Chen's live broadcast room has long lost the vulgarity of live broadcast. It seems that everyone in the live broadcast room has started to discuss philosophy, life, and pursuit. Late at night, when Jiang Chen was about to end the live broadcast, he looked at his live broadcast room. At this moment, the number of people online in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room has reached 45 million. It must be said that this is another milestone in Jiang Chen's personal history. Chapter 450. I give up everything to help you. Thank you for your company for the whole night. That's all for today. I won't draw any prizes today. I'll stick to the old rules. All those who register for Sahara Live will get 2 coupons each. Jiang Chen was about to end the live broadcast. At this moment, his fans launched barrages. They were too reluctant to leave the beautiful scenery in front of them. They really hoped that Jiang Chen could continue to live broadcast for them without sleeping. Kitty, can you live broadcast for a while longer? I haven't seen enough. Dazuang is me. I'll give you a reward. Please live broadcast for a while longer. Leodan is not young anymore. I'll give you a reward of 10,000 yuan. Please live broadcast for another 10 minutes. Seeing so many people trying to keep him, Jiang Chen looked at the live broadcast room and smiled and said, although I'm going to end the live broadcast now, you can go to my Sahara story website to discuss and chat. I just received news that many of the contents of my live broadcast today have been screenshotted by our technical staff. They have already put the photos on my Sahara story website. You can go and have a look and discuss. Well, that's all for today. I wish you all a good dream. Jiang Chen turned off the live broadcast after he finished speaking. After turning off the live broadcast, Jiang Chen was really a little tired. Ding ling ling, ding ling ling. Jiang Chen's cell phone rang just after he closed his live broadcast. Brother Jiang, come back quickly. We have prepared a celebration dinner. I have called all the people in our group to come. We will not leave until we are drunk today. Zia Donghae on the other end of the phone was so excited that he almost knelt down. Jiang Chen didn't want to attend it at first, but he remembered that Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi were here today. He didn't go to pick them up when they came. If he didn't go to the celebration dinner this time, he would really let them down for resigning from the Hot Chili Live broadcast to help him. Okay, where will the celebration dinner be held? At the Sakura Bay Hotel. I know that Brother Jiang must be tired, so I chose a place closest to Brother Jiang. President Guan and others are already on the way. When Brother Jiang arrives, they will definitely be there too. After Jiang Chen hung up the phone, he drove straight to the Sakura Bay Hotel. After arriving at the hotel, Guan Ku and Yang Sheng and others were all there. Jiang Chen looked around and didn't see Fatty Wang. Thinking of Fatty Wang, Jiang Chen sighed again. This guy hasn't appeared for a long time, since he greeted me last time. But now Fatty Wang is busy with his own business, which is indeed a good thing. Brother Jiang, today is really thanks to you. Brother Jiang, do you know? Today we have confused Legio Live and Mayo Live. That's right. Today our Sahara Live platform has more than 50 million registered users, and the peak number of online users exceeded 60 million. And Legio Live and Mayo Live, which are responsible for traffic, have less than 100,000 fans in their live broadcast rooms. Now those people in the China Live Association are going to cry miserably. Xia Heidong and the deputy general manager of Sahara Media Group came up to introduce their battle report tonight to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen smiled at them. Indeed, all this was a little beyond his expectations. It's all thanks to everyone. Let's go in and celebrate. As soon as Jiang Chen opened the door after speaking, he saw Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi waiting at the door. It was a bit chilly at night. Song Jiaqi wore a long windbreaker. Her tall figure, paired with a pair of black high heels, was really charming. It's successful. You should give me back the hug you owe me. The rare smile on Yuji's face made everyone look at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen smiled awkwardly, but he did not refuse. He walked to Song Jiaqi and hugged her tightly in his arms. Thank you for coming to Sahara. I hope you will remember today in the future. I gave up everything to help you. Well, I will remember it forever. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Wei stretched out his hand to him. Jiang Chen patted Song Jiaqi on the shoulder, then walked to Zhang Wei and held his hand tightly. Jiang Chen knew that the victory in front of him was only temporary, so he wanted to make Sahara Live truly powerful. They needed to do a lot of things, and the only people who could make them stronger were Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me again. Zhao Jiang, I knew you could win from the beginning, and I never doubted it until now. It's like this today, and it will be like this in the future. Okay, let's stop talking about this. Let's start the party. Jiang Chen joined everyone in the party at the Sakura Bay Hotel. Although they were very happy, one family was happy and the other was sad. At this moment, the headquarters of the Chile Live Broadcasting Platform Company was really a wailing sound. General Manager, we have spent 2 to 3 million in advertising today. Now there is still a large group of internet users asking us for money. General Manager, today our online attention is very low. The live broadcast rooms of the several popular stars we signed have less than 500,000 people each. We really lost a lot today. Yes, General Manager, these people we signed will not be able to do live broadcasts tomorrow. They all do live broadcasts during the filming breaks, but today's popularity is less than 1/100th of the live broadcast fee we paid them. General Manager, just now several of our shareholders called and said that if we can't beat Sahara Live, they will go to invest in Sahara Live. Many people are withdrawing their investment now. After a group of people finished talking, President Lee was also very worried. He began to regret it now. Why did he let go of Jiang Chen's thigh to hug Zhu Ziyuan's leg? I'm so stubborn. After President Lee cursed inwardly, he knew that the matter must be resolved one by one. Tell those actresses to continue live streaming on time tomorrow, and I will pay them half the fee. Also notify their directors, and tell them that it was the ZHU family's request. If they don't give face, let them go directly to ZHU Zion. General Manager, even if they continue live streaming, they may not be able to beat Jiang Chen. Look at Mayo Live now. They invited top traffic fan Jibing and Kaikun, but they are still being beaten, right? To this day, the entire Chile Live employees are cursing President Lee for letting Jiang Chen go and bringing them to a point of no return. So what? Don't you know what kind of person Jiang Chen is? He always fishes for 3 days and dries the net for 2 days when he doesn't live stream. When he doesn't live stream, with the current situation of Sahara Live, how can they fight me? After President Lee finished speaking, the others could only do as he said. At this moment, ZHU Zion, the president of the China Live Streaming Association, was not looking good. In order to deal with Sahara Live, ZHU Zion did not sleep all night. He stayed on the live broadcast platform and fought with his internet celebrities, but even so, he was still defeated by Jiang Chen. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.